Hey guys, good evening, everyone. How are you all doing today? I hope everyone is doing okay. Thank you very much for stopping by. Wow, this is not the show that I had planned today. I don't know how many of you saw the notification. I had an entirely different show planned for today, which was about polyandry. But unfortunately, this very sad and unfortunate incident happened today. We got to hear about it. Hmm. It's a very difficult one. Oh, my people, this is not the kind of news you want to wake up to. It's not what you wish on even your worst enemy, but it happens. And sadly, it's just happened to May and Yul Edochie. I mean, this couple are quite known here. We talk about their matter. We talked about it so many times on this platform, about their marriage, polygamy, and all whatnot. It's been something that we have deliberated on this platform on for so many times. And I'm sure all of you are quite familiar with these people. Unfortunately, their son, he's 16 years old. He just marked his 16th birthday in January or thereabout. Wow. Now, wow. His name is Kambili Chuku. They call him Kambi for short. And there's not much information. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Thank you very much. Please, this is a really difficult one. And for me personally, it's just something that just reminded me of something that recently happened as well to, you know, a family member of mine. Similar something like this happened whereby, you know, is wow. Sometimes, yeah, when you lose people, it's painful, no matter the age of the person. But it's particularly very painful when it's a young person, a kid who is just starting life. They're just experiencing life. The mother is alive, the father is alive, all the people that love him, the siblings, they are all here. It's particularly very difficult. I don't think there's anything as, you know, more difficult than a parent losing their own kid. It's something that we pray never. K'Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí iná ọmọ jó wa. That's the prayer we pray every day. It's particularly very difficult. It is very difficult, my people. So 16, just 16 years old. His name is Kambilichuku Leo Yoledoche. Celebrated his birthday in January. The mom posted him, as usual with most moms, celebrating your child's birthday on social media, writing stuff about them, being proud. And they said that he was all right, that he wasn't ill, but he had exam. He had exams, the next day. I'm not sure it was yesterday or 2 days ago, but he had exam and he apparently stayed up all night reading. Mm? And then he went to school the next day and wrote the exam. After the exam, he now went to play football. It was during football that he apparently, allegedly, just collapsed. And from there, they rushed him to the hospital and he just didn't make it. So it's really sad. It's really sad. And of course, Nigerians, we always have to have a reason why things like this happen. And somebody, especially in a family like this where there's been, polygamy. Yeah, they say he had a seizure. Yeah, that he collapsed and he had a seizure and collapsed. I'm not sure which one happened first. whether he collapsed before he had the seizure or was a seizure that made him collapse. He shall collapse. Anyway, so the news has been on all social media. People sent it to me, you know, 16-year-old boy. He looks very, very healthy. But then again, you never know with these things. Hmm. The mom just said in January to him, that's May, you guys know her. That's Yul Edochie'S, the wife that said that she's no longer interested because he's taking a second wife. She just posted him in January, wishing him a happy birthday, saying, "Happy birthday to you, Kambi." I think that's the short form of his name, Kambi Chuku. Kambi Leo Yul Edochie. Many more great years. I wish you with loads of accomplishment and greatness. May God be with you always. This was what his daddy wrote on it. This was what Yul wrote. May also wrote about him, celebrating him on his birthday. Hmm. So this is really, really, really sad news, right? But Nigerians, like I said, there will be a lot of things at play. So polygamy is the number one thing here that people are echoing on social media. This is what people are saying. I mean, I went to check Judy's page a while ago this afternoon when I had a little bit of time. And you should see her last post. Incidentally, her last post was a post where she was marketing some kind of kayamata, right? She was marketing kayamata that they said her friend is the one selling the kayamata. And of course, that alone is enough for people to get angry, saying that, oh, so this is what you used. This is what you used on you. That's why he abandoned his family for you. I don't know. I mean, she's not my problem. Judy is not my problem at this point. The person that I'm mostly very, very, concerned about is the boy's mother, Mary. I just pray that the Lord will comfort them, because this is not an easy thing. A grown up 16-year-old. I mean, what do you say? And the thing I noticed from, like I said, I'm recently, I experienced this not too long ago as well. A family member, although he was a bit older, but he was still young. He was still young. He was only 39 years old, and he was the only child of the mother. And one thing, I was even going to do a rant about it. Then I decided, you know what, let me just leave it, because I'm mourning as well. So I said, you know what, let me just leave it. One thing I noticed about our people, I think we've spoken about it here before, is that people don't know how to console others when they are, when they are mourning. They don't know, people don't know what to say. They usually say the wrong things. So this is my family member's own. When I went to visit, this woman came. That woman, I'm sure she doesn't like me now. I don't really care. So she came in because a lot of people are trooping. Like I said, it was the only child that this woman has. Like, she's done everything to raise this boy. She's sold things. She's paid school fees for private university back when private university was just starting in Nigeria, millions. So it was really, really sad. I'm not talking about this particular situation. I'm talking about my own, family members' own now. And then this woman came in one of the days I went to see the mother. And they started talking, talking, talking. All of them were so loud. They were talking, 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 talking. I didn't say anything. I was just sitting in the corner. And then all of a sudden, she started talking about her child. She started talking about her son. And talking. So I just made some signals to another lady that she was talking to. I said, can you please tell her not to have this discussion here? I don't think it's appropriate. This is not the time for you. When somebody is mourning the loss of their only child, you've come to pay them a condolence visit, and you are talking about your own child. Yeah. So, yeah. And she said, no, no, no. They say it doesn't matter. I said, no, it does. It matters. Please don't. I don't think it's appropriate. If you have nothing to say, most times when you go and do condolence to people, especially for something that is so painful, if you've got nothing to say, just keep quiet. Just hold the person. Allow them, if they want to cry, to cry. Very, very insensitive. I told the woman, she was still telling me that there's nothing wrong in it. If you see the way, that kind of a thing, when you try to be nice, you try to be polite to make them understand. I don't know, some people will leave Nigeria, but Nigeria will still follow them wherever they go. They can't read the room. That is what they call emotional intelligence. You can't read the room to see that this is not appropriate conversation. If you see the way I unleashed on her, people there were wondering. I was like, no, it is unacceptable. I already told you that you shouldn't have this conversation here, and you carry on telling me that it doesn't matter. It does. I told her off, oh, I did tell her off, and I told her off like she's a child because she was acting like a child. So the other times I saw her in that my family member's house, she was carrying her face. Me, I didn't even care. So the point I'm trying to make here is that, please, this is a very difficult time for people who have lost, especially when someone has lost their child. Learn to be sensitive. Learn what to say and what not to say. Don't just go there and say, don't cry, oh, don't cry, oh. It's the Lord that giveth, it's the Lord that taketh. No, don't say things like that. Don't. So I'm saying this now because I can just imagine back in Nigeria what people will be saying to people like Mayor Edochie now, and even the father. You are a man, take heart. And then of course the big worldwide social media. Oh my goodness, it's playing out for real. Apparently somebody said that there was a prophecy. How many of you saw that video? Did you see that video? There was a video apparently where somebody had given a prophecy that the Pete Edochie's family, that they should pray for them. Someone sent it to me. Let me see if I can find it. And I'll share it with you what the person was apparently saying. I don't know. I'm ambivalent about this because sometimes it's not like I don't believe in prophecy, right? I do believe in prophecy, but I just feel like sometimes Nigerian prophets, especially the social media ones that always post it on social media, the way they carry out their prophecy is just, I don't agree. Like they will properly, I found it. This is it. They will properly, it's like they will say it without doing anything about it, without, I don't know whether they are saying it publicly instead of going to the person, or maybe they want to put it on social media for the person to see it. I don't know. I never know why it is public. But anyway, they always make it public. And then when it happens, they jump on it. A similar incident happened not too long ago. Can you guys remember? It was the videos one, when the videos one happened, and the prophet now came and was saying, yes, I told them, this is what I told them was going to happen, and they didn't take me serious. Now it has happened. And when I was looking, and I'm not saying that this man is not a prophet, oh, please, I don't know him, I've never seen him before, but I just noticed that all the prophecies that he gave everything is negative. They are all negative. So
Nollywood stars and family, especially Pet Edochie family. The arrow of morning is nearby. Pray for Nollywood stars and family, especially Pet Edochie family. The arrow of morning is nearby. Number 8. Pray for Nollywood stars.
Okay, so that's the so-called prophecy that was released. And one thing I noticed about all the prophecy, you can go and check it, is on social media. every of this prophecy, I think it was about maybe 10 prophecies, they were all bad things, negative things. There was not one of them was a prophecy about, somebody, you know, being doing something good or being prosperous or healing or something. It was all negative prophecies. Mm. So now, apparently, it was in January that he gave that prophecy. Yeah. And now that he said pet Edochie's family, right? Which is the father of the grandfather of the boy. Mm? Right. He said the family, they should pray for them. Now that something has happened to the grandson, of course, he will come out and say, oh, I said it. I think a lot of religious people in Nigeria actually like it when they see that a prophecy has come to pass, no matter how negative it is. It's a form of validation for them that the prophet, is a man of God. But there's so many things I disagree about all this prophecy that they give, all this public prophecy. I don't agree with it, but that's not the point of the show. So I don't want to go into that too much. I just said I believe sometimes some of these prophets lack prophetic etiquette. There are some things that you take to God in your private place if you're a true prophet instead of saying it on the pulpit. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. It's always prophecy about doom, about, evil, about this, about like, is God, Shalom man shekani? Does God not do any good? You say you are a prophet, God is showing you revelation for a whole year, and everything you've narrated is all bad prophecies. Everything is negative. How come there is nothing good about it? Go and look at it. From one to all the prophecies that he allegedly delivered, everything was all about pray for this. This in Nigeria, this thing will happen in Nigeria. What is it? Kọ́lọ́run ṣàánú fún wa. Prophecies are not always negative. No, it doesn't have to be negative. The real prophecy is speaking the mind of God. And the mind of God is not always negative. I know. I don't need anybody to interpret it or to tell me because I know what prophecy means. And sometimes some are for warning, admonition. It's also to prevent things from happening. Sometimes. But I mean, the point I'm trying to make is that it's almost like in some of these Nigerian so-called prophets, especially the ones online, when it happens, it's a validation of their gift for them. So you saw it. Let's say, for instance, that this so-called prophet saw it. What did you do about it? Did you pray? Did you take it to the family? Even if Yul Edochie didn't take you seriously, as a mother, I'm sure, the women in the family would have said, please, what do we need to do? Let's pray, let's fast or something. But anyway, that's by the wayside. But there was a prophecy. Okay? I wanted to just say that. Then the next thing is about polygamy. Yeah? Polygamy is another one that's been rife on social media and the comments, goodness. So we all know that when something like this happens in Nigeria, somebody has to pay for it. And I'm not saying that, people are making insinuations that, Yul Edochie, he left his family, exposed his family to, danger and all that. I just feel like sometimes when people are grieving, they don't know what to do because of the pain. So they'll find a way to channel that pain. And whoever is on their way, if they cuckoo didn't like you before, then you are going to get it. Right? So it's not to say that what people are saying is wrong, but we don't know. I don't like Judy. I think she's a home wrecker. I think she's caused this lady May a lot of pain. But we don't know what happened to the boy. So there's been a lot of comments. We don't know what happened to him. It might just be medical, for all we know. Let me read some of the comments. This is the one that is really, really trending. That when the edge is broken, the serpent will definitely bite. So I've heard a couple of people say that to me today, including some obodo fan that I had discussions with about this edge being broken. So I think spiritually what they mean is, Yul Edochie is the head of the family. He's left the family. He's spending most of his time in another with a second family is created, and that leaves a vacuum. It leaves a vacuum in his first family. So he's exposed his wife and children, you know, to things. I don't know, like I said, but people will say something and you can't stop people. Honestly, you can't. So let me read a couple of the comments, what people have been saying. The comments are divided. So some people were making comments on social media, making reactions about how is polygamy, this is the impact of polygamy, that is why nobody should practice polygamy. And some people are outrightly blaming Judy. That is her handwork. Let me just read some few comments to you. It's serious. It's very, very serious. So this person called Sky Pickling said, "Oh God, save Nigeria." So this is the one that I found actually makes sense, right? And they said, if someone's lump, the first thing is to check if they are breathing. This person is talking from a medical standpoint. So they said, whether or not they are breathing, ring the paramedics immediately. If they are not breathing, start CPR. Okay? Until the paramedics arrive, check them over and take them to the hospital. A lot of people that have, deleted from slumping in Nigeria could have been saved. If things were working, we need emergency medical services working effectively in the country. All this sudden deletion can be prevented. The time parents will use to take or to get the child to the hospital, the paramedics would have commenced action before arriving in the hospital. I mean, this one is looking at it medically, it makes perfect sense. But then again, paramedics in Nigeria, I don't know. I don't know how effective they are. I hear that they live in Lagos. I hear that they have ambulance in Lagos now, but I don't know how effective they are. If you take the Nigerian factor into consideration, my people, they'll probably not have petrol, or they'll probably live so far away from you. Because the way paramedics works in this part of the world is that you have them local to every area. So it's not like something is going to happen in Kent and then paramedics will be coming from North London or West London. No, it's the nearest one. They are usually attached to hospitals in this part of the world. So it's the nearest hospital. So for instance, University of Lagos Teaching Hospital will have a paramedic department where they will have paramedics who have access to cars, CPR equipment. It's emergency. But I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get there. How are we going to get there? Again, it takes us back to the politicians again and the government. It's the government. When hospitals are not funded, when there is no generators or working equipment in hospital, well, what are we talking about? Please, let me not even go into Nigeria today because Banuje Okoluman just see me. Nikita said, May should just leave Yul Edochie for the sake of her remaining children's life and her mental health and relocate abroad. She should summon the courage and sell the mansion and other belongings. This is too much for her to bear. She has been through a lot and paying with innocent children's life. Let Judy have him for all I care. When there is life, there is hope. As far as God is seated on the throne, the future is too near. God, please don't let me bury any of my kids till my old age. And when I'm gone, let my children live to their old age too and prosper in life. So I guess Nikita is one of those people that completely holds Judy responsible for the boy. And like I said, I'm not saying she's innocent, but we don't know. We don't know. So again, other people like Ms. Wells said, if you can, avoid polygamy at all costs. If you are a product of polygamy, my English should be very clear to you. Avoid polygamy. This one, I agree. It's not because of what has happened. My stand on polygamy has been consistent. It's one of the things I detest the most in my life. I don't like it. There's nothing good that comes out of it. So yeah, I completely agree with Ms. Wells there. Another person commented, Commander said, all this you brought it on himself comments are not necessary. People with one wife have lost kids. Stop trying to put two and two together when there's nothing to put together. Just send your prayers to the family. Simple. And that's another thought as well. And it's valid, it's possible. Yeah, it's not only polygamy that things like this happen. It can happen to anybody. Kọ́lọ́run ṣọ́ wa ni. Kọ́lọ́run dá àwọn ọmọ wa sí. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. But then again, the people that are saying polygamy, when people are bringing in polygamy, there's a reason. And the reason is because in polygamous homes, there is a lot of spiritual, physical, emotional, mental world battle that goes on. That's why. So it's not like they're just saying things that they don't know. Yeah. And then somebody else, the Jesus Grace said, this is heartbreaking. And of course, another person, Barry Juice said, if anybody thinks this is one of the effects of polygamy, don't you dare shut them up because it's clearly one of it. So you see what I'm saying? There's nothing you can tell Nigerians about this matter. To them, this is polygamy playing out. Ugochi said, when you've given the devil access to your life, exposing your family by bringing in a second wife, things must go wrong. It doesn't even have to be your second wife's handwork. Just the neglect and divided attention on your part could cause a lot of harm. She said her own very clearly. And then there's Duka for sure who is saying, and this one was under the post that I said that Judy posted about using Kayamata and products, all those products that will make the man to love you, that will make the man not to look at all these things that they sell to gullible women in Nigeria who are desperate, looking for men who will either marry them or give them money or all that nonsense. She said, you'll marry somebody's wife and the husband is still alive. That's obasi. That Judy is evil. She needs to be stopped. And may I say this to you? All these comments are on Judy's post too. All these comments are actually on her post. Gang, gang, gang. Can you believe it? I know she does try to form strong woman who cannot be broken, but I don't know. With this one, I think she might need to take a break from social media. But knowing how stubborn that girl is, she won't. So another person said, once polygamy don't enter, you go to fight different battles though, and it might not even be the second wife's doings. Do you know the spirit that is deeply rooted in her family? Do you know the do's and don'ts of the wives you marry? Did you do spiritual check for yourself and for all your kids? Life is 90% spiritual and 10% physical. Maybe now the boy star. But there's no denying the support of parents. His parents took and he just left Jajaya like that. May God help us and guide us. You see, this is my comment. Okay. So this one is also saying something about polygamy. And this one says, congratulations to you, Judy, on your latest accomplishments. You came to steal, to destroy, and to buy. Hope you are dancing graciously now with your finest shoes. As for your father that married just one woman till his old age, you think he's stupid? Do you think he doesn't like women? The reason many children never progress in life was because of polygamy. Just they play. Let me read a few more and then I'll take calls. My link is in the comment section, guys, if you want to join the discussion. Yeah, these are some of the comments, the discussions on social media, what people are saying. And it's not going to stop now because people are hurting. And when people are hurting, they will find someone to blame, right? Sweet Dream said, it's not even up to a year that Yul Edochie got married to this woman. His first son is deleted. Now, wow, polygamy is not for the weak-hearted. Your friend did advert for Kayamata, a child that was never sick slumped and passed. People are here shamelessly defending this woman. I fear this generation. You went too far. What for? Because of the mansion that money can buy, you took the life of a 16-year-old boy. Now what? I fear now anybody that comes for me, may we experience Judy in the whole life. You will not escape it. So shake me from anybody that comes for her in the comments. This one is not even hiding her own. She's just blaming Judy completely. Bae is the one. She's the one. They are just dropping this in Judy's doorstep that she's the one completely responsible. And this person called Peace say, congratulations. I hope you are happy now. Your juju is really working. Home breaker. Another person, Kosin, said, I'm not saying Judy had anything to do with the deletion of the boy, but my pain is that we all parents console one another. They need each other, knowing fully where they are not in good terms. How would they console each other? That's what this person is saying. I'm just imagining how men will feel seeing Yul around and looking back to the time when Kimberly was born and how happy their family was then. Judy, you deserve every curse people are placing on your head because you brought it upon yourself. Second to the last one. This one tell and say, you don't finally succeed. You don't bite the boy. You go rest now. And official Celestine said, for the single ladies talking rubbish here, any day you sleep with someone's husband or boyfriend, may that day, olagbara, ekpe. Jesus. Now all these products, now they use, take scatter your house. And lastly, this one said, congratulations, you succeeded. And another person say, your handwork is evidence. Jennifer said, so you don't love you with ordinary eyes. So now wait till you stay destroy your fellow woman home with this. Congratulations. Another person said, Mirabel, for buying May's son. So guys, this is all the narrative on social media. I don't know because this life, you never know. Sometimes ibi aye fojú sí ọ̀nà gbabẹ̀ lọ, you know. So I don't know if she's got anything to do with it. You don't know. Nobody knows. Only God knows. But people are obviously blaming polygamy and social media. What do you guys, polygamy and the second wife situation, they are blaming Judy. What do you guys think? Do you think this got anything to do with polygamy, or what are your thoughts about this? Remember to use the language that is appropriate for this stream, please. Yeah? Thank you so much, everybody. Give us a thumbs up. Natu, my darling, welcome. Thank you so much for those
Good
lovely
afternoon,
flowers.
Mama.
I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure. So this thing that happened, right? It hit close to home for me. So because in 1990, my younger brother was just taken to the hospital. He was 5 years old, and they just came back and said they say he didn't have blood, so they're looking for blood. Within like less than an hour, they came back and said that the boy has died. You understand? So 2 years ago too, I don't know if I shared the story here that I was having a constant headache and I couldn't sleep for more than 2 hours in a day. And someone just referred me to a doctor, and I just went like sluggishly, like, since a Nigerian person, let me just go and change my doctor. And they said that my hemoglobin is supposed to be above 11, and the doctor that was her day off. And TB, she called and she was like, where are you? I'm like, I'm home. She was like, okay, I need to check in the hospital. I'm like, why? Can I go tomorrow? She said, no, I need you to go today and don't drive. I said, I just came back from the store now. She's like, you can't drive. And then I showed up at the hospital waiting for me with a wheelchair. So that was so scary for me because she said that the red blood cells provided oxygen to my brain. And because I was short of it, that's why I couldn't sleep. And I was having the constant migraine. And she said she don't know if I had not come to the hospital, what would have happened to me. You understand? And will I blame my village people? They will say they've seen my star. They've carried me. The only one supporting her mother. All that story. Now I'm not disputing all the stories about um, polygamy and what the role the second wife or the father's absence might have caused, you know. Another thing I would say that Nigerians need to normalize doing regular checkups. You understand? It was just doing a regular checkup that made me see that. And a lot of people have cried because of just minor things that they will have been able to um, take care of it. And also, like a lot of people need to do like allergy tests because my twin sister just got here. When she got here, she found out she was allergic to a lot of things. And one day she ate apple and TB. The lady almost cried. Though. We didn't know until she was rushed to the hospital. Like, what did you eat? She just said she ate apple, and then they just did quick test and they found out, and they told her not to. Somebody cried, almost cried here too. Once a social media celebrity because she got an ant bite. They call it yellow jacket or something. She's very popular. They call her King Ashley on Instagram. So a lot of things happen that people are not aware of, and also we should like get ourselves familiar with a lot of stuff that have to do with our health, the little things that we can do to help us. Now, I'm not saying Judy's innocent. Probably if the father was there, two heads are better than one. If the father were probably there, some things that the mother might not see, the father might probably have seen it, and might like addressed it immediately to know what to do. So Judy is alone with all those four kids. I'm not sorry I said Judy May is alone with all those four kids. It's a lot for her. It probably might be something that skipped through her hands that she will have catched, but she has to deal with kids, bills, everything. So it's really crazy. So in the sense that I will blame, I'm not saying something did not happen, but in the area where I blame polygamy because there's neglect on the father's side and the mom has to pick up everything that the father has left, and I believe we have contributed to that. But we should, as Nigerians, I want to just encourage everybody to normalize doing checkup, like regular checkup because
Mhm.
I'm a victim of almost crying. The doctor was like, this thing now, they will have said, oh, she just slumped and cried. And they like, she just came to the store now. I just saw her in the store. But that was what happened to me that day. So that I've been using that to preach all the time. Anytime I hear stuff like that, I try to educate people like you need to understand that there might be some underlying things that people did not see, did not
Mhm.
notice, did not pay attention to. Because that time I was just taking Advil PM and just saying it was regular migraine, taking Advil PM to sleep until I got to the point where I was taking the Advil PM and I was not sleeping still.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was still not sleeping more than 2 hours. So I complained to my friend and then we did that and that was it. So honestly
Okay.
speaking, this one is a hard one, but God day.
Amen. Thank you, my
I mean,
darling.
somebody people cannot pass their time, and to be once it's somebody's time. I mean, it's painful, but honestly speaking, you can't pass your time. I
I don't
believe in
think,
that.
yeah, but I don't think I mean, I agree with everything else you said, but I don't think that this is the boy's time.
Oh,
Mm.
but
It's not
that's
his
true. That's
promises
why
concerning
that's why I
us.
said
Yeah.
that there are little things that we can pay
Yes.
attention to that sometimes we let it sleep
Yes.
that might cause
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So
Yes. I don't believe that God, will allow things like this to happen because he's 16 years old. No, he said, with long life will I satisfy you.
true.
His desire, I mean, his promises to us is that we will prosper even as our soul prospers. So
Prosper.
long life is our portion. But sometimes, like you said, there's a lot of negligence in terms of medical conditions, allergies, and things like that. You don't know, the things sometimes that you carry that you inherited from parents, genetics, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so yeah, with
Yeah.
all that good stuff that you said, I agree. But it's not his time. Definitely not his time to go. It's just it's premature and it's very sudden and it's not the wish of God. Unfortunately, it happened and that's really, really sad. But I get you. I get you. Thank you so much, Natu. Appreciate you, my darling. She sent me really lovely flowers for Mother's Day. My daughter, Natu. God bless you. Okay, enlightening. You are next. Welcome. What do you have to say? Do you think this is spiritual? Is it polygamy? Or is the boy's time? What do you have
Um,
to say?
can you hear me, Auntie B? Can you hear me?
Yes, my dear. Where are you joining us
Yeah,
from?
I'm joining from the US.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah. So this whole thing, yeah, I'm looking at the perspective of polygamy, right? So
Okay.
when I look at it and the way things have been portrayed in the media and everything, that's what my father always used to tell me about this thing. Be careful what you put out there about yourself. I mean, with all of this pepper them gang and this pepper them things that have been going on, and people, and Judy was putting herself out there saying, "Oh, I am Bathsheba." Look at the story of Bathsheba. She was the one that tempted Solomon, and well, she was the one that finally gave birth to Solomon by tempting someone out of his home.
You know, I never understand why she called herself Bathsheba.
Exactly.
I don't understand. Is that she's very timid or she's got really bad advisors? But I don't
I
know why
just
she
think
called
she's
herself.
somebody that was trying to she was trying to get into that clout, so she wanted to get herself somewhere in there and just say, "Oh, I'm this kind of babe," or whatever. And again, this pepper them thing, because maybe she was trying to get her. I really don't know her intentions. And then
Right.
all these things she would go and put on. She would put her child on social media and call him in Igbo, the one that has his father's heart. I will show them. I will show you Pepe. I mean, the kind of things that she put out there, And then now people look at us. We are just online in-laws. So look at how this thing they pain we. Imagine how within family they'll be looking at her. Would this woman survive this? I highly doubt it. And I'm not saying she's innocent, but she has put her hand in this thing in the sense that she has put herself in this position.
Yes. Yes.
This boy is a young, handsome young boy. It is not his time.
No, 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 no. There's nothing anybody can tell me. And
Chai.
somebody was saying in the comment section, Zambi was saying that, oh, what about babies? Also, you don't know medical emergencies happen, neglect
Yeah,
happens in hospital, even the best hospital. It is premature. Somebody going prematurely is never the portion of
at
God for our life.
all.
Please, if you have it in your mind, go and delete it from your mind, though. Because the Bible says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. If you
I'm
think
telling
that,
you.
oh, all about babies, so any age, no. His promises to us is that we will live long. And 16 is not long. So
At
there's
all.
nothing you can tell me. Let me tell you something. I've seen so many instances here in the abroad where people survive. And in just like Natu said, little medical things that could apply them in Nigeria if they were in Africa
Yeah.
because of adequate medical care.
Ah.
So we don't know. We don't know. That's why
And look at
I'm
now.
not just
And
going to write it off and say, oh no, it's because it's his time. Which time?
nah, I won't accept that
No.
narrative. And the thing is, look at now. This woman, first of all, she's got May has got a lot that she's fighting for. She's doing all these things like they're in court or whatever. I mean, that's her business. Now you have lost a child. The father of the child you are fighting. How would these people? And again, I say polygamy because you have Judy dragging him on this side. How will he go and be crying? How will she act? Would they even come to a consensus to be crying for this boy? She is in such a precarious position. I pray
Like,
for this woman.
yeah,
Chai.
yeah. I mean, these children are everything. Hmm? Everything that she's standing
For
for all the years
absolutely.
that, I mean, since this all nonsense has been playing out, is these children that have held her down.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know, we talk about it all the time. Mothers, the connection between a mother and a child is not the same thing with a mother and a child and their father. It's never the same. It cannot be. And that's why some people say, oh, children like their mother more, they are closer to their mother. Yes. Because even before the child is introduced to the father, you've already had a relationship with the child for 9 months in your
Absolutely.
womb.
Absolutely.
You think the baby doesn't know? They drink from you, they eat from you, they do everything from you. And when the child is born, you have them in your breast. So it is an attachment that you cannot explain. I read it somewhere that the closest love that is closer to the love of God, which is agape, is the love between a child and their mother. It's
Absolutely.
almost pure. That's how real it is. It's almost pure. And that's why you see anything wants to happen, most women will say, no, let it happen to me. Just leave my children. So, I mean, I can't even start to phantom what is happening to me as we
Hmm.
speak. It's
It
not,
is
this
too
is not
much.
good.
Hmm.
Mm, mm, it's not good. Do you
Hmm.
think it had anything to do with the prophecy?
Well, these prophecies, and B, I have my reservation, sha. I have my reservations because, again, somebody said before about this, this etiquette. If you have a prophecy about someone and you know that it's going to happen, why don't you call them personally and say, let us pray about this, let us do this? Why do you go on social media? So when they went on social media, what has come out of it? The same as Davido. What
I
came
don't
out of it?
know. It seems like also all these celebrities, they always see they always see all this prophecy for all these celebrities, one way or the other, and they are always negative.
I know.
So I mean, what I
So
would just say to anybody, if you get any negative prophecy now, don't take it lightly because you never know.
you never know. Pray
Yeah,
about
you
it.
never know. Just go and pray and
But let the prophets to pray with the people if that's what they're seeing.
yeah. I don't know if they do, but all I know is that they always come out to say, I said it. And that's the part I don't like about it. Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much for having me.
All right, Enlighten. I appreciate you for calling us. The link is in the comment section if you've got something to say. I mean, I do understand that it's not everybody that can even articulate, the words to speak at this point because it's may that a lot of people are, the empathy and the sympathy will be for her. Is a very terrible thing that's happened. Yeah, but how do we avoid these sort of things from happening? Adewale, you're welcome. How are you?
Good evening, Auntie B. How you doing?
I'm good, my dear.
Today's is a really sad story.
Mm.
Today's show is really sad. Now, my thoughts and prayers are with the Edochie family, and but I just don't like what Nigerians do when
Mhm.
people grieve
Mhm.
or when someone die. I just don't like it. I know that the world is spiritual. I know
Mhm.
we're the black race in general, we always believe in a higher power and spiritual, but it gets to a point where it starts to cheapen our common sense, and we
Right.
start thinking too much. Because I don't like what Nigerians are even doing on I don't. I'm not saying like what's her name? I forgot her name. The psychic
Judy. Judy.
Judy. I'm not saying she's a saint, but at the same time, what they're doing on her page is completely wrong. It's wrong. We are human beings. We are susceptible to diseases, the ones we know and the ones we don't know. I think we always forget that. What
Absolutely.
happened to their son might have been something that they didn't catch on time. It happens. The only way that you can prevent that from happening is having a good healthcare system where people can go to and do regular checks, or having a good healthcare system where we have good emergency and ambulance services. We don't have that in Nigeria. We don't at all. So people die. I'm sorry, people buy for the littlest thing, something that can be saved. That might have been what happened to this boy. But going on Judy's page and saying, "Oh, he pied her," the guy, those are accusations. It's not nice at all. Because we also need to remember that Judy is also a mother to her own son, and that boy
Yeah.
is innocent in all of this.
Do you know why Judy will not get any sympathy or any empathy or any love?
I'm not saying she gets sympathy or anything, but I'm just saying that accusation is wrong. It's not right at all.
There's nothing you are
It's
telling some people as far as they're concerned. Judy is responsible for this.
that's what I'm saying. That's what something is wrong about we Nigerians. That's why we in our society we have cases where people accuse 5 to 10 year olds of being
Yes, which is
witches and wizards in their family.
yes. Yes.
Doesn't make any sense. So
Yeah.
I don't know. This is just that mindset. We need to change it in our society, where
Yeah.
we start thinking too spiritual to the point where we start accusing people of things that they didn't commit. I just don't like that. I
Yeah.
think now Nigerians just need to back off and let the family grieve.
Grave.
We don't know
Absolutely.
how to do that in our society.
No,
We
no.
don't know how to
Mm-mm.
do that in our society. And
Mm-mm.
whenever something bad happens, that's why like this so-called prophets, they come out and start saying all sorts of things. It's just what they do. They did it in
Mm.
also in Davido's case. So I'm not even surprised.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how to back off and let the family grieve. They're in a very vulnerable situation right now. we shouldn't go there and start adding more problems to their life. Because these things these Nigerians are seeing in the comment section can make Judy go to the court and sue someone because of this, and it will bring a whole lot of drama that
Who is she
May
going to
doesn't
sue?
need.
Who is she going to sue?
I'm just saying, like, May doesn't need this drama that these Nigerians are bringing up. She doesn't need it right now. She doesn't.
I agree with you, but she can't sue anybody. Who is she going to sue? All these people that live in this comment, if you go to their page, Adewale, you too, you will just go and sit down. You will understand. People are frustrated in Nigeria. A lot of people, and they are young people. Most of them are young people.
They don't have jobs.
And they are senseless. So they don't think. They just, social media is the only place they get their cruise, they get their joy, and they enjoy trolling people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just don't like it when I see it, because something tells me that boy died because of the film.
As you are talking, somebody is still saying that. Somebody in our comment section. That's what I'm telling you. Adewale, there's nothing you are going to say. Shebaya's Beauty's word say Judy is responsible and she will soon get her reward. Even as you are mentioning it. But how do you know, though, that she's responsible?
You don't
I'm not
know.
a fan. Obviously, I don't like her.
I also don't like her. I don't fancy her.
Yeah, but do we have any? I try not to. When we don't have evidence of something, let's just not accuse people wrongly.
I also don't like that, because this person saying this, I just feel like that thing you're saying is there's an element of hate that comes out of there. Because you're not directly affected.
We need proof. You can't just accuse people.
You can't just accuse people.
Adewale, you remember what happened when some Okposo deleted in January? People were accusing me that it was me that was responsible.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're gonna
People said it was me. He's that woman, Obodooyinbo TV. She's the one that tied Sam Okposo.
Yeah,
I've never seen Sam Okposo in my life. My entire life, I don't know him.
Exactly.
How am I responsible? He lives in Nigeria. I live in UK.
Someone you've never met before.
I've never met him. My contact with him is about maybe 10 minutes when he called on the show.
Exactly. I mean, it's situations like this where you have a woman will become a widow, and the husband's family will start accusing her of stealing their son's glory.
Yes. These are all the wahala of polygamy. They stole the glory and they did this. It's because of you, my child did not succeed. He's only your own. It's juju.
Exactly.
It's too much drama.
It's just too much. It's just too much drama, and I just don't like it. Like, May needs all the care and comfort she can get right now. She doesn't.
She didn't help matters. As much as I want to agree with you, Adewale, Judy too does not help matter.
I know.
She's the one. It's like she enjoys the attention, and she's always luring this negative energy, negative attention to herself. They are accusing you of being a homewrecker. You are advertising Kayamata that you used to hook a man. Does it make sense? Like the previous caller said, you call yourself Sheba. You say your son is the head of the is this. You call your son all sorts of names. It doesn't help matters.
I know she has a fault. All this negative attention she's getting. She kind of contributed to it a bit because she was entertaining them. But I'm just.
She's not only entertaining them; she was promoting it.
Promoting it, exactly. She was promoting it. I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just saying, like, these accusations and accusing of doing things that you're not sure of. It's not right at all, because it's just going to increase the drama. And May does not, like, the most vulnerable person right now is May.
Yeah.
Anything can tickle her off. We don't want that. So all this drama that everyone is doing, I think people might think that, by accusing someone or blaming someone, that would help me. No, it does the complete opposite.
Somebody said that so many people are not agreeing with you on the comment section. I think people just want to, if they catch Judy now, what people would do to Judy now?
It's just something in our culture. When something bad happens,
people are not.
We're always looking for someone to blame, and that's not the right way.
Yeah, you know what? I think Judy at this point she should just keep off this family for now.
Yeah,
let her just stay away from any of these nonsensical posts that she's always posting. Like I said, she's not helping herself. You're calling yourself Bathsheba. You post your son, you say he's the this, he's the that. What about the children, the man? Even if, okay, it's polygamy, right? You are his wife now. If she will say she's the, apple of his eye, that she's the one that has his heart. How do you do things like that on social media and you expect people to like you? Don't forget, Adewale, that a lot of all these people that are trolling her, they are products of polygamy, and they see what polygamy did to their mothers. So don't expect anybody to love Judy. Oh. It's
I'm
not
not,
going to happen.
I'm not saying they should love her. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like trolling Judy right now does not
No,
help
there's nothing
anyone.
you can say. They will come for her. They will. They will come for her.
It just doesn't help
Mm,
anyone. Especially me, it
yeah.
doesn't help her.
Yeah.
Like
I understand.
sending her nice words and not creating drama is
Mm,
what would help her, because that's what she needs. Going there to
mm.
accuse, because that's the thing. Like this trolling you guys are even doing to Judy, she doesn't even deserve that
Okay,
much
let's leave
attention.
Judy alone. I can see
That's what
that you
I'm
have a
saying.
lot of sympathy for Judy, but this is
Judy,
not about Judy
it
Adewale.
shouldn't even be about Judy. The minute
Yeah,
everyone start
let's
trolling
you are
her,
focusing too much on
it
Judy.
becomes about her. That's what I'm saying. It becomes about her.
No, it can never be about her. It can't. This is
Like
about the
she
boy,
shouldn't even be in this
and May. It's
discussion.
about even you that, went to live in Enugu. I don't even know how much contact he's having with the children anymore. Like people said, he's basically abandoned his family. So yeah.
My own main concern is how, how May would get through this grieving process, because it's not easy. Having your husband, you know, cheat on you is one thing. It's a whole heartbreak on its own. Then having your own child by, that's
I
the
don't
prayer I
know. I
always
don't
pray for,
know.
even my
It's a
enemy
hard one. No, it's a
not to
hard
go
one.
through, because it's very hard.
Mm.
It's very hard. So she needs all the comfort and all, not all the things Nigerians are doing on social media.
So,
I just
so
don't
before I
fancy.
let you go here, I heard a rumor. I don't want to run with it because I couldn't confirm it. Is allegedly one of the fan was sending me messages because people were looking for ways to rant, and she was saying, "Auntie B, oh, can you imagine? Oh, this happened. I don't know. I think the person is probably watching now. And she said that Judy's mother was arrested, allegedly. I said, when? I didn't say anything like that. She said, no, that she saw it, that they said that Judy's mother was arrested because apparently Judy's mother was sending things to the children through May's driver. I said, when did this happen? I didn't see it in any of the blogs in Nigeria. If Judy's mother is arrested, how come? She said she saw it on some shows. I said, no, it's not verified. So I'm not even going to, run with it because there's no evidence. If the mother was arrested, where is the video? When CEO, the one that calls himself CEO relationship expert, was arrested today or yesterday, I saw the video. Anything happening now with anybody that is known by anybody is on social media.
It's
But
always on social media.
yeah, but I didn't see that, so I don't know. But she just mentioned it to me and said that the mother was arrested. So I don't know if it's true, but we'll find out in the coming weeks. We will. Thank you, Adewale. You are usually very popular here, but I think I understand where you are coming from. You are coming from a standpoint of always blaming people innocently. But I think you did come out as if you are, you have a lot of empathy towards Judy, and nobody wants to hear that now. So, unfortunately, you are not quite popular like you usually are today, but I did get your point. I got your point. Thank you, my darling. I appreciate you. Thanks for calling. Dr. Chika, you are next. Good evening. Unmute yourself. Tell us where you're calling from, please. Can you hear me?
Hi, Auntie B.
Hello,
Can you
darling. Where
hear
are you
me?
calling? Yes, my dear. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Florida, United States.
Right. Are you a medical doctor?
I'm an epidemiologist.
What does that mean? Sorry, my English, my medical lingua does not extend that far. What does it
Okay.
mean?
So
Mm,
I have a PhD in public health with a
right.
specialization in epidemiology. So it's a branch of public health that kind of acts as a disease investigators. So we look at every form of disease, both physiological or
Mhm.
social causes of diseases. So that's what we
You
do.
sound so young to have a PhD. Wow. I'm impressed. Congratulations. Well done. That's a
Thank you.
very big title. I usually respect people who read plenty book like that. You have
Thank
my
you.
respect. Now
Thank
tell
you.
me, what do you think happened here?
So I'll just try to be brief. So I'm
Mhm.
coming to this from two angles.
Okay.
I'm coming to it from the medical aspect of it. So Nigeria is a country that, as many people have already stated, people don't go for medical checkup. There is nothing like physical. People always go to hospital when they are sick. And when that happens, it's often like you get the disease at the time that maybe there won't be any much help for the person. So for this case in particular, there is something I've not had anybody talk about that directly. There's something that is called broken heart syndrome. I don't know if someone have
Yeah,
heard
we've
of
talked
that.
we talked about it here before. We
Okay.
have.
So
Mhm.
broken heart syndrome is actually researched and it's a medical condition now where the left ventricle of the heart gets weakened due to stress.
Wow.
And what happens in such situation is that, just like this boy is playing football and all that, the person may slump and just die off. It doesn't have age limit. It can happen to anyone. I'm really getting emotional. Let me hold myself.
So this broken heart syndrome is not only emotional, it affects the organs of the body as well.
Yes, that's
Oh
why
my
some
God.
mothers, they have their kids die today and the mother will die the
It's
next day.
we use.
Sorry about that. A child will die today and the mother out of this broken heart syndrome will die the next day. The
Wow.
heart gets affected. Like the X-ray will show that there is something happening to the heart because of that stress. So I want to come to this use case. This lady, May, she has been begging you, get off social media because of our case. Sister B, you have teenagers and you know that stage of their life is the most traumatic. They are full of dramas, and most often than not, they don't say things out. They carry it in their heart.
Absolutely.
So they carry these things in their heart, and boys are worse than girls. A girl may get into her room and cry it off. A boy will not cry it off. So these boys, the girls, all of them, they've been dealing with a lot. So I'm relating this, not really knowing like the autopsy or anything that happened, but I'm seriously suspecting that the boy went through this broken heart syndrome. He has been dealing with a lot of stress. And one thing I think every mother should be aware by now is that the first sons get attached to their moms so much. Anything that hurts their mom hurts them. So this boy is the first son, and he is the sweetheart of May. If May is crying, he is crying. So he may not cry out loud for people to hear him, but he is crying in his heart.
So, thank you very much for that information. That's why I like knowledgeable people. They talk from a place of knowledge, not washy-washy. See, Box, I want to read this to you, my darling Dr. Chika.
Yes.
Seabox said the boy has been complaining to his parents that he's feeling depressed as he was unable to stand his mates in school, as they're always after him, bullying him about his dad's behavior. So that also can contribute to broken hearts.
Yes, that's what I just wanted to add. This is an age of social media, and teenagers are the most vulnerable group of people you can deal with. So this boy goes to school, meeting with other teenagers that have their phones with them. They go through the internet and they see all happening in his family. They will come to school and they will bully him. He may not tell you everything happening to him at school, but he's going through a lot.
And that is why people had problem with you bringing this news to social media. You know, he could have just married his second wife privately without anybody knowing.
Yes.
It's possible for him to, and after all, they had a child for almost how many months before he came. He didn't need to bring it to social, and that's why, you see, Judy, A lot of people will never like Judy, and I don't blame them because I don't like her as well. Because I believe that she was the one that was pressuring him to announce her on social media.
Yes. So Judy has to be blamed. She may not have a direct hand in what happened to this boy, but she is indirectly involved in everything going on. Be it medical or spiritual, she has a hand in it. The same thing is also with Yul. Yul is the architect of everything happening now. He may not want to accept the truth, but his family, no family is perfect, but he had a good family. But because he couldn't keep it together, he brought something that actually came and destroyed his family. And this may not be the end to it, unfortunately. So they should also watch other kids to know what is going on with them, because just as this boy suffered, the other kids are suffering. So it's good to actually monitor them, go and do some medical tests on them, and if possible, involve a counselor with them.
Wow. You
So
know,
this,
you just open our eyes to another side of it that we're not even looking at. The impact that this whole drama has on the children.
yes, and it's dangerous. It affects the heart.
Hey.
So the spiritual part that I want to look at, someone already mentioned about Judy talking about she's Queen Bathsheba, she's the mother of Solomon, she's this, she's that. The word is more spiritual than physical. That's why everyone should be careful what they pronounce with their mouth. So we are Nigerians, and we know what marriage means to a Nigerian woman. We also people that have witnessed polygamy in Nigeria. Polygamy in Nigeria, especially in Igbo culture, the status of a boy is very important. So this lady Judy just had a son, and she coming out to say she is the mother of Solomon. And Solomon is regarded as that who came and was like the most known in the family of David. So she is indirectly saying that her son will come and take over. That her son, as more as she is now, that as he is now, that her son is the one coming. People should look out for him. The son is coming. That speaks volume. That speaks volume. So at this moment, my empathy, my sympathy, my everything goes to May. Let her be watchful. Let her be prayerful, and let her try as much as she can to also look into what is going on with the remaining three, because she begged Yul, she begged him several times. He said, we can deal with this out of this social media. Don't put your children into this. And she knew exactly what she was talking about. Auntie B, I'm so sad today, but let me allow other people to speak. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, my darling. Dr. Chika, I really appreciate you. I am weak. The way you explain it, both the medical side, both the spiritual side, it makes sense. It makes sense. This is knowledge. I mean, this is an aspect that we did, and that's why these live shows are so important, because I could have just done my own. I would just talk, I will vent, I will rant. But look at it. She's talking about how broken heart syndrome, and she's not saying that this is conclusive in that this is what happened to the boy, but it's a possibility. We're not looking at it, as many times as we've done these shows, and I'm taking some reflection from this conversation now. I have never looked at the impact that this has on May's children. I've just been talking about polygamy. We talked about Judy. We talked about how narcissist Yul is, but the children has never been, our point of interest. To how does this feel to live in Nigeria where children have access to the internet? They know what is happening. How are they taking this? And you see what she said about teenagers? Spot on. I have teenagers, so I know. Boys. Oh my God. Ah, Mashio. Oh, Mashio. Wow. Thank you so much. It makes sense. It does. Yeah. You never know. There's nothing that's conclusive in this life. It might be seizure, broken heart syndrome, like you said, they said, affects internal organs. It can lead to seizure. You don't know, but it's a possibility. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Wow. So, I mean, the lesson I'm taking from this is anything that you are doing as a parent, please think about the impact, psychological, medically, the impact it has on your children. Boys don't talk. Boys don't talk. As a parent, I know how hard it is to get them to open up. You be the coolest mom. I consider myself a cool mom that I want them to tell me everything, but still, it's a struggle for them. Wow. Being a teenager is hard. It's very, very hard. They're going through a lot, body changes, hormonal changes, girls, you know, school. They are dealing with a lot. Ah, I'm short of words now. Alone. Me King, welcome. You're next. Where you join us from? Let's go very quickly now. We've done 1 hour. Unmute yourself, Me King. You're next.
Hello, Auntie B.
Hello, darling. Where you join us from?
Ireland.
Ireland. Okay, welcome. What do you have to say?
So basically, most of the things I wanted to say have been said. Yeah. So yeah, we cannot negate the fact that it's a possibility that it could be health problems, undetected like ailments the boy has. Yes, and there's also a possibility that that is actually spiritual. Yes, we all live abroad, and suddenly a lot of us are beginning to think these things don't happen, but they do happen. I can tell you for a fact because I've fought a couple of battles myself. These things do happen. I mean, for a woman, it's my opinion, for a woman like Judy to hit her hand on her chest to say she wants to be um married to someone she knows who already has a good family, a beautiful family, and she really wants to insert herself there. I mean, it takes a lot of courage. And in my opinion, she didn't just do it without thinking anything. I mean, that it was just going to be easy and all that. So she definitely may have done stuff. I don't know, So let's not negate that fact. Like, I also do not fancy the fact that people go on her page or anywhere on social media to say all those things because it is not in our place to say them. I think that's the job of people close to the family, or even the family themselves. They pray and all that. So yeah. And then I also wanted to respond to what you said about the prophets coming to social media to talk about these things. Yeah, it may not look good, but then they may not have direct access to these public figures,
No,
you
they
know.
do. No, they do. It's easy. Most of them have managers. Their email address is displayed. Their contact is displayed on their socials. So they do have access.
Yeah, but they may not pay attention to them. They may not listen to them.
Yeah, but did they
A lot
try?
of them get messages that they never open or never respond to. As far as it's not
Yes,
a message that is bringing money to their table, they would
that's
never
true.
attend to it.
Hmm.
So I mean, I don't know how else they could pass the message on. If they've tried privately, they may not have said it, or they may not say it. Rather, we don't know. Yeah, so yeah, so these things happen, and I feel like when it comes to prophets, like, they may, like, if it's a good thing, yeah, you just rejoice, you thank God, pray comes to pass as God has said. And then if it's a bad thing, it is being said so that it should be prayed about. It's not only the job of the prophet to pray about it, it's also whoever the prophecy belongs to. It's their job to also pray about these things. So
So,
someone can be
so you are. I think you are on the side of the prophets. I can tell that you
I'm
are.
a
Are you
there
one
are
of those people that
no, no, like
Are you a prophet lover?
No, I'm not a prophet lover, but I have a good relationship with God, and I know that even I see things or hear things myself. God speaks to me in my own corner about my own life or people around me. So
Mm.
yeah, so
Let me ask you this lastly before you go. If
mhm.
God speaks to you about somebody that you know, would you go and tell them, or would you come on social media to write it?
I won't come on social media. I'm not a prophet, and I'm
No,
not
you
a
say
social
God
media
talks to you,
person.
but I'm just saying, if God talks to you about somebody that you know, would you rather
No,
approach them and tell them, or would you go on social media?
if it's someone I know, why not? I'll go to them privately because I know them. I have a relationship with them. So I will go to this person and say, look, this is what I've seen, or this is what I have been told, or this is the message I have for you, and that's it. There are a couple of people that have been in my life, and maybe we've not even been in touch for years, and God reveals a thing about them or going on with them at the time. Even when I try to not go to them and just want to handle things and pray for them by myself, I
Mm.
would not be at rest until, I speak to that person. I will have no choice but to communicate with the person to say, look, this is what I see. I don't know what's going on. I'm not expecting you to tell me what's going on, but this is what I see. And this is the message I have for you. And that's it. So, in my
Okay.
opinion, I just feel that these guys they cannot they may not have direct access. They may, but I just feel like they may not, and maybe that is why. And of course, publicizing these things, I don't find it cool, but
Hmm.
everybody to each his own.
Yeah.
So
Thank you so much, me King from Ireland. Yeah. I don't want to say too much about prophecy because you guys know that I go to an Aladura. Some of you who are Nigerians here know what Aladura means. The cornerstone of Aladura Church, a white garment church, is prophecy. So I can talk about prophecy from now to tomorrow. And I've never said this. Some of you who know about white garment churches know already. When you see me, I did a show last week. I did a video last week on my garments, my sutana. If you know anything about white garment churches, you will know that my sutana is four corner. Yeah. And I'm telling you today, I've never mentioned this here because I just assume those who know Bio. Those who know, they know already. Is a gift. Prophecy is a gift. And I happen to have that gift. It's one of the gifts that God has given me. So there is nothing you can tell me about prophecy. That is why you used to accuse me of being very antagonistic against prophets. And you say, but you are a prophetess. Why are you always? I say, because I know that a lot of the prophets and prophetesses misuse their gifts because of, you know, they are looking for publicity, they are looking for money, they are looking for this, they are looking for that. So, nah, no, I'm very, very critical on prophecy. I am I mean, I am very, very critical of them. Mm, because I know how that ministry works, because it's one of my gifts. I know how it works. There's nothing you can tell me about the gift of prophecy. You see, all these people that come out and they will be saying they have their prophets, they are talking, talking, talking. They know nothing about how that gift actually works. Most of them is babalawo, idibia. That's what they are. They will go and rub something on their eye so that they can see. See, that is why when you are looking for people to always see vision for you, I pity for you as a Christian. If you are looking for somebody to always tell you, eh, how many of you read the story of what was that book? Olarotimi? The gods are not to blame. There was divination in that book. Let me digress a little bit now. Kayode, I'm coming to you. Sorry, my brother. There was divination in the gods are not to blame. When they went in those days, according to that tale, when a child is born, they will go and seek from Ifa. What is this? And they still do it today to go and find out things about the child's life. What is this child going to be? Go and read Things Fall Apart. And not Things Fall Apart, what's it called? Olarotimi, the gods are not to blame. You will see what I'm telling you. So I don't even want to go into it. Yes, prophecy is a gift, it's a beautiful gift. And prophets, A real one, a true one, speaks the mind of God. Yeah, it is about the mind of God, God revealing things to you. But it's not for you to jump on social media and you'll be shouting, and everything that God shows you is bad, is always evil. Kilode, is God that wicked? I beg, let me not even get into it, because if I want to start, people that know me know I'm very critical on prophecy, like I said, because it's one of my gifts. And I see how people misuse it, they abuse it. So what do you want to tell me? Women will be running kita, 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 my husband though. And the prophet will say, I see your husband. One woman is owing your husband. They will use you to chop. They will even sleep with you because you are trying to save your marriage. And you will believe he's a man of God. If you want to talk about prophets, we will not live here today. So let's just leave that matter. There's nothing you want to tell me about that ministry and the way Nigerians have abused it too much. And it's mostly women, no? It's women that always fall prey. People who live in America, you live in UK, in Europe, you'll be sending money, pumping money to Nigeria because of prophecy, because they see road for you. Hey, yeah. See, the earlier you know God for yourself, your deliverance will come. Mona continue to run after prophet. There are some people that, as I'm talking now, they are just angry with me. They don't like it because if they want to eat beans in the afternoon and prophet say, I see you eating coconut rice in the afternoon. They will not eat that beans again. They can't function without somebody telling them what God is saying to them. Are you okay? Are you normal? Mama show. I beg. Let's leave that alone. That's why I was asking that our sister whether she's a prophet lover, because I know them. They're plenty. And they know me. And you know something? Let me tell you something. I'll tell you this for free before I take the next caller. If you are a prophet or a prophetess, prophets always run away from you. They run away from you because they know that you can see through their shenanigans and their rubbish. So they don't come to you. They don't. They don't. But you see, you that like it, every time they will run to you, they'll tell you, do this, do this, I see this, I see this, I see this. And the only thing I will tell you guys, if you believe in prophecy, you go to churches where there's spiritual prophecy going on. Any prophecy that is given to you, go to God and ask for confirmation. Yeah? Ask God to show you the confirmation that this prophecy is true, because there are so many prophets of doom. There are so many fake prophets. There are so many people these days. And most of them are not in spiritual churches or white garment churches. So they are now in Pentecostal churches. That's what they used to entice you, because they know that you won't go if they don't give you prophecy. So you start running kita, 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 kita. They say that man, especially women. That's why Pastor Shola was preaching. But any woman that is always running after prophet, that men should not marry her. And I signed that message. Be very, very careful who you are listening to. The only person you need to listen to is God Almighty and the Holy Spirit. And you don't need to be a prophet for the Holy Spirit to speak to you. If you are a Christian, the Holy Spirit will speak to you. It's just that you don't have a discerning spirit to hear clearly. So that's why you need to be praying that God give me a discerning spirit so I can hear when you are speaking to me. You don't need another person to tell you. But we are lazy Christians now. We like it. So if you're looking for prophecy, go to Ifa priest. You don't need to go to church. You don't need somebody wearing a suit in the altar to tell you, I perceive that tomorrow manna will fall. Just go to Ifa. They will tell you what will happen. Idibia, all these spiritualists, they can see. India, what they call all this India? Oh, please. I don't want to go there. All these India, Olumba, all these India people that are wearing red, they can see. It is not seeing that is your problem. You don't need somebody to tell you about the problem you already know you have. What you need is solution. And most of those people don't have solution. All they see is your problem. They never have solution. Talisman. Temiti, God bless you. I don't like doing spirituality here because we have people who are not even Christians here, so it's all right. We are not a religious. I just tell you from my own experience. They run from me. When they see me, they always run. That's why I'll be saying, Bridget, are you not? I say, please. Because he is in that WhatsApp group that always believes prophecy. That one likes prophecy too much. Now I'll be looking at him and shaking my head. You never believe them. I say, this one. Hungry, hungry prophet. I beg, clear from my face. What are you telling me? God talks to me directly. I don't need you. Kayode, welcome, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Auntie B?
I'm good. Sorry, I took a minute there to rant about prophecy. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I totally agree
Where are
with
you
you. Be
calling us
careful.
from?
Well, currently I'm calling from Istanbul.
Oh, okay, Turkey.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome.
Yeah.
What do you have to say? Mhm.
Thank you very much, Auntie B. I want to start by actually giving out my condolences to the family of Yo Edochie. And if anyone has lost anybody in their life, they will know that this point in time is a very difficult time for the family. No mother or no father wish to lose his son or his daughter. It's a very hard time for them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Also, yeah, having said that, I would also want to point out that polygamy, obviously, in our country, Nigeria, isn't a crime. But having handled divorce cases and have had series of clients that have had broken marriages, I would always say, and I always advise people that if you want to have more than one wife, be
Mm.
mentally, physically, spiritually ready for what you want to. Don't allow whatever
Mm.
it is you have in your head drive you to
Mm-hmm.
take up a challenge you can't bear. Having said that, you the chair, a family you have that has a man and a woman in it I always believe is a very strong foundation. Of course, people go through challenges in marriages, but when you have
Mm-hmm.
a father and a mother in a marriage, you tend to look after your kids. You tend to know when they have issues, when they are giving you a certain kind of feelings, when they are sad. They may not speak out, but when the home is divided, trust me, you will be so busy with trying to figure out what the problem is without looking after the kids. The kids are very important. You don't just slump and just fall and pass on. There has been a lot of things that have been going on in those kids' life that people were just too busy going to social
Mm.
media, putting their family out there. Man, you
Mm-hmm.
don't. There's a lot of things. This is your kids involved. If it has to do
Mm.
about likes, if it has to do about
Mm-hmm.
trying to propel yourself to the social media family, we don't want that. Focus on taking care of your family. If you want to have two wives, no problem, you can do that. But can you handle
Mm-hmm.
it? Can you
Mm-hmm.
ensure that all your kids are well taken care of? Can you account for where your kids are in this particular time? Are they well? Are they feeling a certain way? Have you gone for the normal
Mm-hmm.
checkup you go for monthly or 3 months?
Mm-hmm.
When he's having a headache, do you think it's just a normal headache? When two elephants fight, it's the grass that will suffer. And
Amen.
yeah, that's the
Mm.
fact. That's the fact, Auntie
Mm.
B. And I don't want. I'm being careful here because I'm not. If you see all through me, all through my talking, I've not um said anything about the other wife because obviously they were legally married. I've not mentioned anything. All I'm just trying to say
Mm-hmm.
is whatever it is that has to do with the prophet, that has to do with
Mm-hmm.
the situation the both women has, even Mr. Yo, I still feel Mr. Yo didn't handle this the way he should handle as a man. He was just playing to the gallery, taking everything on social media, and now the kids are there. Not let's not take
Yeah.
for a fact that we have happily married people that have lost kids.
Hmm.
Let's not take away that fact. We have happily people that have lost their kids. However, however, it's very important for us to note that these kids our our future. So whatever it is situation you have both with the both parents or the two wives you have, your kids should be your paramount responsibility. So I'm still calling out Mr. Yo. I don't want to know whatever it is that happens. Everybody can lose a kid, like I said. But please, please when two people decide that they don't love each other anymore, or they want to bring a third party into the relationship or wife, consider your kids, consider your home, consider whatever it is you have within your home, because once there are more than two people in a ship, there's always situations that comes to play. Spiritually, there are always different visions. There's always, I want to go to here, this other person, I want to go here. So the man is in the middle. And here we have the situation. It's been a very crazy 12 months for this family. And I'm hoping, I'm praying that God will give them the fortitude to bear their loss, be in the right path, handle their family the right way they should handle it, not on social media and trying to make everybody play, give everybody an insight of what is going in their life and all those things. So that's my little contribution. Please, if you want to go into polygamy, be ready. Be ready. Don't go into polygamy because something you've stopped loving. Are you ready to handle what will come up in polygamy? Are you ready for it? I have clients, and I have clients. I don't want to go into spiritual level. I have a lot of clients, and I see things that two wives does to each other. Babalawo, they go here. I hear things. I can't share all this because of the client privilege. I can't come up here and say a lot of things. But if I have a lot of time and say things that has been transpiring especially in Nigeria between two wives, you know there's more. There is more. There is more. Some of them
Kayode,
even yeah.
your words are like like a sweet song to my soul. I can hug you right now if I see you. It's
Mama,
so refreshing when you
Mama,
hear a
that's the
man
truth,
talking
Mama.
like this.
Mama, that's the truth
Because you
because
are spilling the truth.
yeah,
I like the fact that you are not even telling them don't marry two wives, but you say be prepared. And I like the part that you said that be prepared spiritually.
yes,
Because
yes,
life is
ma.
spiritual.
Of course, I agree with you, ma. I agree with you, and also I also agree with you when you said about be careful who you're listening to. And I also agree with you in the fact that, yeah, there are prophecies. But the reason why most people take prophecy with the pinch of salt is that there are false prophets everywhere.
Yeah.
And when you don't know what a real prophecy looks like, you fall for any prophecy that comes in your way. And that's the problem. Most people doesn't understand what prophecy is. Now, if you don't understand what you really want, if you are going to the UK and you've never been to the UK before, someone can decide to start taking you
They
to
will tell you
Istanbul.
that there's a little more rock in the UK.
Thank you. Somebody will start taking you to Istanbul, and when you get to Istanbul, you'll be like, they will tell you Istanbul is the UK,
They
and you
will
will
tell you
fall
that
for it.
before you, and UK people like to make video. People that just came to UK, they like to create video. In the UK, if you talk to the UK, once you are in the UK, this is the UK.
so so Auntie V, please, man. So and also let me state this before I allow other people call in, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to
Yes,
have
my
their own
studio is still
opinion, want to
full.
share.
Yes.
Yeah. But however, ma, I want to also state this, that I don't want us to play into the whole moral situation. Of course, when you have two wives in the picture, there's one person is more outspoken and the other person is a bit reserved.
Yeah.
And also, in where you have these two personalities involved, there's always someone that is always, people like them, people love them, and also have the other people that will somehow be a villain, maybe through their character in the past, through whatever it
Mm,
is they have done. Now,
mm,
me personally, I don't judge people that way. I
mhm,
judge people with the situation that is happening at the time,
mhm.
what you've done to salvage whatever situations that have come up. And if you are the kind of person that you come on social media, you are violent, you do stuff, you don't even care. There's no respect. In Yoruba land, when they have a first wife, and whatever it is, Olori is always respected regardless. So why will you even want to marry a man that was already married before, if you're not ready to love the man and love his first wife?
To think that she had a husband. Kayode, can you
Good.
believe that this girl had a husband who was married to only her? But because of her desperation for fame, Nollywood, money, she packed her things by herself and left the man. The man didn't drive her. She left the man, took her children. For a
You see,
married man. How do you leave your husband for a married man?
that's really strange. That's really strange, Auntie May. And now this family has built. They've
No,
been
it's not
together
going
for
to end
years.
well for Judy. I can tell you
That
this. I heard that she just gave birth to a baby girl. I don't know if it's true. That's what they are saying, that she allegedly gave birth to a baby girl. It will not end well for her. Because can you see, Akayode, I don't know whether you saw it. The husband came out, Mr. Obasi, that
yeah.
she deprived him of having access to her children. I was trying to get him to come to the show. The poor man was running a skelter. Judy
Mm,
allegedly
mm,
took her children, the 2 children she had, or I don't know whether 2 or 3 she had for the man, ran away because she wanted to be Hollywood. She wanted to enter Nollywood by hook or crook. And
mm.
she saw you and she was like, what am I doing with you? You this fake local man when not go school that is not refined. I like this one more. So she decided to be wife number 2 to Odogu. That's what she calls him, Odogu. Every Igbo man I know these days is Odogu. How many Odogu do we have? I don't even know. Everybody is Odogu. Whenever see food chop, go they call himself Odogu.
Man. Well, and to me, whatever
Thank you.
happens, yeah, whatever happens, I just believe the family of you should for the sake of the kid, because yes, we've lost 1 kid, but I'm pretty sure there's still 3 more kids there.
3 more
But
from May. Yeah, she's
from
got
me,
4. She had 4. Now she has 3.
good,
Sadly.
good. So for the sake of the kids, I wish even Judy, for the sake of our own kids, they should take away the whole sentiment. Be in your lane. If you don't need to love each other, if you don't want to love each other, fine. But respect each other and stay on your lane. And with time, there will be love. With time, there will be understanding. With time, I mean, I've handled
It's
polygamy.
never going to happen. No, not on this case. No, this
You
is the
see,
last straw. No,
you
May
see.
is done now. I can tell you that for free.
Mm.
If she
So
wasn't
that
done before, she was considering, and they are appealing to see how they can reconcile with, losing this child. Now that is it. She's
that
done.
is
She's
that
out.
is that is it. I agree
But
with you,
thank
Ma.
you. Yeah,
Thank you
thank you,
very much. Thank you
Kayode.
for having me. Thank you.
Call
I'm
us
honored.
again. I really enjoyed talking to you. It was really, really, really interesting talking to you. Please call us again. I appreciate you, my darling. God bless you. Okay, I'm going to go to Deborah. Unmute yourself, Deborah. Where are you calling us from?
Hi, Auntie V. This is Deborah. I'm calling from
Hello.
Lagos,
Oh,
Nigeria.
welcome. Thank you, my
Yeah,
darling. How is it cool?
Echo is fine. We are pushing it too.
It's well
We are
with you
pushing
people.
it.
Mm.
I just want to say thank you for your platform. Thank you for all what you've been doing for everybody out there. Um, the different stories you've been bringing on your platform and the way you've been helping people. This is my first time being on a live session because this thing that happened to me hit close to home. And I know people might say, oh, there's no jazz in it. Yes, let's give Judith a benefit of doubt. But when this issue started with Edochie and me, her husband, Yul, and me, I just kept praying. I said, God, give me strength. I know one thing I loved about it was the way she handled everything. She didn't come on social media to bash anybody. You didn't see her abusing anybody. I admired her for that.
She's
Because
got
it is not
restraint.
easy.
Yeah, she's got
And to
restraint.
be, she got, I mean, when they say inner strength, that woman has it. I said, why I'm calling because that the same thing that something like this happened to my parents growing up. I'm in my
Really?
late 30s. Yeah.
Wow.
You might say, okay, there was no social media, there was nothing, but I grew up when my parents were at the point where they started making money.
Right.
My father now got another wife. Auntie B, I say, as I sit down here, the prayer where I pray in office, I don't think anybody feel pray reach me.
So you
And
pray
when I'm
say,
talking,
what will be your prayer point? Say, make the second wife disappear.
Auntie B no be disappear, and our own is that make the just leave my mama.
Make
That's
it
the problem at this point.
make it just live in a family alone.
Yes, but let's just leave that issue. I had to call. Because I don't know what May is going to do at this point in time. And I loved the way the other callers came online and talked, especially that Dr. Chika talking about that the trauma the way it affects kids. People don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And to be, people don't talk about it, the way it affects kids,
Yeah.
especially teenagers.
And you were a kid when it happened to your parents. So
I
how did
was
that
like,
make you feel?
I was like 5, 5, 7, 8 when it was hot. Then my parents went, my mom had to, like, the second wife was always like, you see, my mom is not Yoruba, my dad is Yoruba. So there are two different cultures and everything. That's why I'll always pray that, okay, if you want to get my mind from your culture, I'm sorry, people can come after me for that. But because sometimes you'll be able to understand yourselves and be able to resolve issues. That's it. So, but what I wanted to say was that the effect on kids, people don't understand it and don't know how far it goes. You see, when Dr. Chika was talking about this heartbroken syndrome, and I said, I was just sitting there, I was thinking about what she was saying, and I was like, how is this boy going through? He's on social media, for God's sake.
Yes.
This thing the parents are going through on social media. Mine wasn't on social media. It was just in my environment. And yet I knew the effect it had on me socializing with people. You get, I said I knew the effect it had on me socializing with people. You know, there was a time I was in secondary school. Luckily, I didn't school close, so I was in the boarding house, so I didn't really feel it. But there was a time when I had to retake some of my courses, like, you know, then when JAM used to jam people. It's not now that you have different schools to go to.
Yeah.
When JAM used to jam people, and I had to retake my courses.
Yeah.
Early in the morning, I saw my parents fighting taekwondo before going to school. And you know one thing, people around were coming to tell us that, what are we going to do to our parents? This is something we're so used to. Now I said that, were you all right? We just collected money for school for transport fare and left them fighting their taekwondo. So people don't understand the effect on kids. So I think, I'm not just saying this, I'm saying it that if you're a man out there and you want to sleep around, if you know say you can't hold yourself, know that this thing comes with the ripple effect. Not
yes.
with a price.
Yeah, that's what Kayode
It
said.
comes with a serious price. My father is in is almost 70, almost 70 now. And he's saying that he has regrets.
Oh, does he? Really?
He does.
They
So
always
he
have
won't
regrets
say it
when they
now.
are old.
He has regrets. You know, when this thing was happening with May and Yul, I was laughing. I said, this man never grow old. That let's give him 20 years. He will understand what he's put himself into. The women are, when they come into your life, they want the fame, they want the money. They want the fame, they want the money, but they do not understand that it comes with at a price. And the men at that point in time, you know, it might be something very trivial you're having issues with your wife about, and you feel that, oh, another wife coming in would make her respect herself.
It will make things better. Yes.
Things better. It is not better. Auntie B today, my father has added another one, the third one. My father has 3 wives now. Yes, he has added the third one.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you said it was regretting. How can he have the third one?
It's called peace of mind. It's called leverage. Use it as leverage.
Did your mom leave?
Yes. When the second one, my mom has not been with my dad for a while, for a very long, so many years, almost over 20 years. When the second one is misbehaving at home, he comes to the third one's house and stay. It's called leverage.
He's trying to make them 3 so that
the second one, yes. So that is the way. It's called leverage. I understand what he's doing. I have a good relationship with my father. Initially, I didn't have, but as you grow older, you say it's not worth it. So I understand what my father is doing, and I'm not against it. I'm not against it. As long as it gives him peace of mind, still alive.
And is he having children in all these multiple marriages?
It's not.
Okay.
He's not having children.
Deborah, I love you and I want to encourage you, but I'm afraid that if he was having children, that's responsibility.
No. He's not having children, no, because nobody's going to carry bukata.
I can't pay school fees.
No fees. Auntie B,
and you have a stepsister or stepbrother that is 3 years old.
I know do this. You know, I think let's stop all Auntie B, let me just round up so that other people talk. See, let's stop blaming everybody here. It has happened, it has happened. But let's pray for me. Let's pray for her. That's the only thing we can do. Whatever Judy wants to do, she do jazz. But you know one thing I've seen with jazz.
Juju?
I be Judy. I don't know her name. You say Judy. I
To
mean
do
Judith.
whatever Juju wants to do. I like that.
Whatever she wants to do. Auntie B, one thing about jazz, if they come back home.
Jazz not the last
Jazz they
forever, my
come
dear.
back
You get
home.
expiry dates.
Auntie get expiring date too. But when he wants to come back, he they come back with full force. So if they come back with full force, so this kind of matter, everybody say this thing, and that, I just they laugh. Because the funny thing is that now, like someone posted on the chat that when you allow a crack in a marriage, it brings in demonic forces.
Yes.
Something he said, it is easy to allow a witch inside inside the house, but it's difficult to send a witch packing.
No,
It's
they
very
don't go.
difficult.
They're not going
It's
nowhere.
very difficult. The prayer you will pray. But Auntie B, thank you for everything, what you do here. And I will say
Deborah,
that
you know
please.
what? I
Mm,
don't know. I feel like, there's an aspect of this whole thing that we've not explored. Do you have my number?
mhm.
I don't know
I
if you
don't
are
have your
willing to share.
I don't have your number.
You don't have my number. Okay. If you don't have my number, I'm going to post it now. Take it down. I feel like I need somebody who can come and tell us about, the impact that this had on them. Maybe we can use it to convince some of our brothers, babe, polygamy is not the right
Auntie
way.
B,
Mm?
Auntie B, let me give you a little bit of the impact. It has not happened on like my sisters. We ended up having to leave where we're staying. We went because my mom is not Yoruba. We went to the
It
east.
doesn't matter.
I,
Please stop saying
I
that. Yul is an Igbo man. The first wife is a full-fledged, beautiful Ada. She's a beautiful
very
Igbo woman. And
beautiful. I was
this be
shocked
it.
when I saw May.
Please,
I
I
saw
know,
May.
in
I
your
saw
mind,
May.
because it happened to you as a child, you keep saying my mom is not Yoruba. That is not why. Okay? It's got nothing
Auntie
to
B, it
do
has
with whether
something
your
to
mom is
do.
Yoruba. No. This is your coping mechanism coming on to say that maybe
Mhm.
because my mom is not Yoruba. No, it's not why. There are so many Yoruba men that will marry Yoruba women, proper Yoruba women that knows the culture of respect, honoring their husband, submission. And yet they still go and marry a second wife. So it's got nothing to do with that.
Auntie B, I'm just, if there's any man on this, any father, any husband on this platform, and you're thinking of getting a second wife, I beg you, you have no idea the spiritual impact it has, the emotional impact it has. Like, I tell people that sometimes I say that I look at people and I see that you're able to do things easily. You're able to open businesses easily. You're able to, like, you get married easily. Some of us,
You
Auntie
were
B,
going to
let's
tell
leave
us
that
some of
with
it.
you.
You said some of it. You didn't tell us. So just tell us before you
So
go.
I said you're able to do things very easily. Do you get me? And nothing is blocking you.
There is no
When
juju
there's no juju. You
fighting
see, when they
you.
say what God cannot do does not exist, that man is doing a lot of things. People have
Right.
no idea.
Right.
People have no idea what people are praying against. And if you know the worst part about it, let me tell you, you might come out and say that it's not Judith, nothing, Judy has nothing to do with what they are going through. That May should have accepted Judith, that everything would have been okay.
What does
And
he know?
Auntie B, he's going to come out and say it. I said, I've heard my father say different things that we sit down and look, and we can't even talk, we can't get angry. These days, there's nothing anybody feel talk. I will just smile and laugh and move. But please, for men, please, I beg you, the money, the sex, this thing, it's just for a minute, a moment.
I feel you, my dear. I feel you. I thoroughly feel you, Deborah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my darling. Please call us again. Take my number down if you feel like sharing or any other person. I think we should do. I know we talked about this quite a lot, but we've never talked about the impact on children. And I want to shine my torchlight on that area now because Dr. Chika, pointed us to that direction, which, Ogbo Okinpelaye, you never know it all. It just opened my eyes to a lot of things. And Deborah is re-emphasizing the impact of the dad marrying a second wife and a third wife on them. Òrìṣà jẹ́ pé méjì obìnrin kò dénú. Yeah. When you are fighting for one thing, don't forget that men think that, why can't you just accept each other? Why can't you just love each other? But it's only you, and all these women are getting your attention. They are trying to make you love them. The most important thing to a woman is emotional satisfaction, not money. Okay? I know a lot of men think that, oh, money, money, money. No. Women love money, but they love being emotionally satisfied more than money. I can tell you that because I'm a woman. I know. And if you cannot provide it because your attention is divided, you've got two families who live in two different states, and you are shuttling, you are traveling, you're spending time there. Sorry. I think that's where that quote came on when people are saying that, when the edge is broken. That is the brokenness that they are talking about. Amati, you said that the impact on kids is beyond imagination. Again, I've shared part of my story, but man, deeply hurts when I have a flashback. Amati, it's you that will come and share that story with us. Now that I know that we have one in-house person who can tell us the impact. Yeah, a lot of people experience it, but this is real, guys. It's not a joke. It's not. Queen B, welcome.
Yeah, Auntie B, can you hear me?
Yes, my darling. Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Bogota, Colombia.
Colombia.
Yes.
Wow. I've never heard anyone from that part of the world before. Bogota,
Yeah.
Colombia. Wow.
Yes. Yes. So
Welcome.
Auntie B.
Welcome, my
Auntie
darling. Are
B,
you
I've been
Nigerian?
well, so I'm Nigerian Cameroonian, right? So Auntie B, as I sit here right now, my head is hot. Like my whole body is hot, you know?
Hmm.
I've
Hmm.
been I've been I've been following this Yul Edochie and May Edochie
Me.
and Judy Austin saga
Hmm.
for like almost a year.
Right.
And I know that people have like different angles when we as a man, men will come and speak from their own angle saying that, oh, why can the women not just accept themselves,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
easy for them to say that. As children will also see it from a different angle. They are hurting, but if you're not like in that situation, you might not really understand. We can see it from the angle of a community. So the reason why I'm calling is just because I want to also like contribute my 2 cents, because we have the culture that, well, because it did not happen to me, we just keep quiet. So our society has deteriorated. It has gone to the point where it's even beyond salvation. People have prayed and prayed and prayed, things are not getting better. But if you look at the community inwardly, you realize that the values that we used to have, family structure and stuff like that, selflessness, all those values are being washed away. So
Right.
we have a community whereby now the family is suffering, and people are asking themselves, oh, what angle do you even like start from?
Mm-hmm.
So yes. Okay, bro. So I'm going to speak from the angle of a woman, right? I'm a young woman. I'm 39 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I I am of the school of thought that, well, we have like different groups of women. We have women that are good women like me, who despite all the difficulties, got stuck to her husband and tried to make things work. On the other hand, you have people like Judy Austin, which there are many of them in our communities, many,
Mm-hmm.
many of them. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
they come to destroy. So um from the perspective of a good woman, right, I would like to say that young girls who are listening to this like video calls, learn, right? We have to learn the fact that, okay, you're a good woman, you're looking out for your family, does not mean that you should also like ignore those little things that are happening out there. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if, yes, because a lot of women, right, because, well, that's the way. I don't know if it's okay to say it's the way society has made it.
Yeah.
Women are now like the homemakers, right? Most of the responsibility is placed on the women. We are
Mm-hmm.
the ones who are to, yeah, and unfortunately, directly or indirectly, we are the ones who suffer the most, because May was in her house taking care of her business, and the
Mm-hmm.
man went outside there to bring the trouble. But she is
Yes.
the one who is, yeah, she's the one who is expected to still fix things and stuff like that. So
That's Nigerian culture for you. That's African culture.
that is really bad, Auntie B. That is so bad
Yes.
because
Yes.
yeah,
That's
we
why we
have
are
made
fighting against it.
exactly. That's the reason why I'm calling, right? I'm calling to contribute my own 2 cents because young women who have not yet gotten married or the ones who are facing some kind of issues, there are so many aspects that you have to look into. Your husband, I don't know, I'm not blaming May, but there's that aspect to it that some people say, well, should I now understand why some women were saying that, May, why did you just like, why did you just let your husband lose like that? Because at the end of the day, she's the one who is suffering.
He's an actor. What can you
Yes.
do? I
Well,
mean, it's
it's a
easy for people
factor,
to
right? But
talk.
Auntie B, at the end of the day, May is the one bearing the brunt of this loss. Because
Yes, but I
yes,
mean, is there
uh-huh,
now people that you can't blame her for the
I'm
choices
not
that
blaming.
you made? Not you,
Yes,
I'm talking about society.
yes,
Because she cannot stop him. He's going to Enugu to go and shoot
yeah,
movie. Is she going to stay?
yeah,
This is how
yes.
he pays the bills. He's the head of the
I
family. Are
know,
you going to tell him stay at home, don't
Auntie,
travel?
Auntie B. I'm not blame. I'll be crazy to
No,
blame me.
not you. I'm
On
not talking about you,
on
my
the
dear.
contrary, yeah, it's the way community has made it in such a way that
Yes,
it's easy to blame the woman. But I'm just saying that okay,
yes,
well, to avoid this kind of suffering in future,
yes.
young girls, if you start seeing your husband start, like playing this kind of games, don't just assume that it's just a little game. Tackle it because at the end of the day, I don't want to go through what May is going through. I don't want to go through what May is going through. That's one
No,
angle
God
that I'm
forbid.
looking. Yes,
God forbid.
that's one angle that I'm looking at it. So we as women, since they've placed all the responsibility on the head of the woman, we have to as an individual, I don't want to go through this. People,
Yeah,
the reason why I'm the one who made the comment in the section that, well, it's Judy Austin because the handwriting is clear. That's another
yeah.
thing that our community, yeah, we are in denial. Like, well, of course, lawyers have to do their jobs. Lawyers have to come out to prove that, okay, is this one or that one. But I'm not a lawyer. My intuition as a woman, as a human being who has followed this case, the handwriting is so clear. I don't know why some people come out
What's the
and they're
handwriting
saying,
telling you?
yeah, the handwriting is clear that it's Judy because she has put herself out there.
How
She
do
has
you
put herself,
know?
Auntie B, she has put herself out there. She know you as a fellow woman, you know very well that this thing I'm doing to my fellow woman is hurting her. You know
Mm.
from the very go. So it's obvious that Judy never meant anything good for me.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
it doesn't indicate that she's responsible. I don't
Okay,
want us.
but those are the
Yeah,
things. Those are the
these
things
are
that
when
because
we
you're
want to
in.
blame her, Queen B. Well, it's easy to blame her, and our emotions and the way we are feeling right now because everybody's in pain thinking about
Yeah.
May, we can blame her, but we can't hold her responsible because we don't know.
Well, she has put herself out there in so many ways. It's just people are in denial. We have come to a
Why
point
do you think she's responsible? What did she do that indicated that
like
she's responsible?
all the posts that she was making out there, like directly or indirectly hurting the other woman. Of course, she did. She made sure that her intention was clear. Like, I did
Who's
not come here to make you smile, May. I did
Yeah.
not come here to make you laugh or have happiness. How can another human being be suffering and you keep pouring on? And that's intentional hurt. So
Yeah.
it's obvious that this is it. Like me, I'm just so shocked that, well, a child has to pay the price for this thing, but it's so hurting, especially coming from the angle of a good woman. I know there are so many of us out there, we just want peace, we just want to enjoy our families, we just want to enjoy,
Mm.
but we have on the other side, we have demons out there in people like Judy, who do not want people to smile, and young
I
girls should
mean,
be aware of that.
Queen B, thank you so much. I feel your passion, I feel your pain, but I want us to reflect for a minute because we are critical thinkers, right? On this platform. Everybody, it's easy to blame Judy. But what about you? Nobody's talking about him today. Why is it so easy for us to put all the blame on Judy's shoes now? You saying completely is Judy that is responsible. But Judy didn't marry herself. It's Yul that went to marry her. Yul is the one that put his family at risk. I think as women, it's easy. I've said it so many times on this platform. It's easy for us to blame fellow women, but nobody is blaming you tonight, though. No. So, yeah. While I'm not a fan of Judy, you guys know that. But still, as much as we want to blame Judy, we want to hold her responsible. What about you? He's the one. He's the common denominator in all these shenanigans. He's the one. He's the one that went to marry. He's the one that fathered a child outside his marriage. He's the one that posted it and caused his children, according to what Dr. Chika told us, all this trauma, having to explain to their classmates why their father is now having a second wife. He lives in Enugu now. He doesn't live at home. So please, yeah, let's Bio, just hold on there. Or don't go. I'll come to you. Me and you will end the show. Let me take other people. You are next, but I don't know if you're in a hurry. If you're in a hurry, let me know. But you are next, but let me take other people so that me and you will end the show. I always end the show with the people I love the most. So, Darlene, you're welcome. Where are you joining us from, or what do you have to say? People should also, if you want to hold Judy responsible, think about the co-perpetrator who is called Yul Edochie. He's unrepentant. He came out boldly and told us he did it. So I'm just saying. Hello?
Hello, can you
Hi,
hear
where are you joining
me?
us from? Yes, my dear. Where are you joining
Yes,
us
good
from?
evening. I'm joining from Canada. My name is
Okay.
Asi. Hi,
Welcome.
everybody. Thank you so much, Auntie B. I think for this particular topic, the reason I decided to come here was I know that, of course, with your live stream, there's always so much to share.
Mm-hmm.
When this story broke, I think I was so invested to the point that this particular news has broken me beyond repair. I don't know how I don't know how May is doing. I don't know how, but one thing I've always said, and that's just a short thing I really, really need to share. I
Mm-hmm.
feel we should start first as a society. The moment we stop stigmatization of divorced people, separated mothers,
Hmm.
from the church
Mm-hmm.
to the society, the moment
Mm-hmm.
we stop that, if we don't deal with it, we have people hanging by the thread. The moment we stop it, by fellow women, everybody shouting here, if you see a lady that leaves her home, the next insult you want to tell her is that she left her marriage. If you see
Yes.
somebody that they even beat and pushed out, the second insult is, after all, you cannot keep husband. There are so many
Absolutely.
things. There are many people that cannot climb the altar because
Mm-hmm.
they left their marriages. Choir people,
Yes.
they have to change
Osinachi.
church.
Mm-hmm.
They have to change church because the church people are judgmental. They are judgmental, and I've always talked from the point of the children, because I say you and your love, now you are doing love, you're bringing in children that didn't ask to be here, and later you go and have another family, and where do you want to drop them? Where do you want
Hmm.
to drop them? I for one, I told my parents, I think they'll be quarreling up and down. The first and only time I opened my mouth, I said they should separate. And that
Hmm.
was the end. I told you, stay here. They're only expensive. Because right now, it's not like they remarried, but they cannot stay
Hmm.
together. You cannot stay with
Hmm.
other people. Or you stay by
Yeah.
yourself.
And that's okay. That's
And it's
okay.
okay. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I did it myself, no other uncle could come inside. Because what did their first daughter say? She said they should separate. You're almost like, this
Are
one
you
doesn't love
popular or
peace.
something? Ask Darlene. Everybody is greeting you.
Oh,
Didn't you have a
hi.
platform? A lot of people are saying, ask Darlene,
Yeah.
ask Darlene. It's
Oh,
like they know you
yes,
from
I do
somewhere.
YouTube.
Oh. Is it only me that doesn't know you? Ask Darlene. I see Darlene.
I do YouTube.
You do YouTube as well? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
so I was sharing concerning this particular story. Like
Oh,
I
I
carried
didn't
May's
know.
matter on my head.
Oh, I never seen you on YouTube. Okay, now I know you.
Oh,
Okay.
I carried her matter on my
On your
skull.
head, really?
That is why my mind, I cannot post, I can't do it. I've sat down, I've cried, I said, no, it's only Auntie B's platform I can come and bear. Because where will I start from? We have said this thing several times. If you know she's no longer okay, oh yeah, the way you carried her bag from her father's house, go and carry it and drop back.
No
Don't
matter.
come and post her. Because this situation, me personally, I'm not going to say, okay, 100% is Judy, because it's you, Lou. It's you. Anything that is happening
Thank
that
you.
causes problem. You, the
Thank
father, that
you.
you're
I
supposed
think
to
I
put.
think tonight nobody has shed light on the fact that he was the
It's
Mongo Park that
you.
carried leg to go and
It's
impregnate
you.
somebody else, a married woman for that matter.
1000%. Married woman with after 2, like she has dropped 2. You saw your own wife, Chacha, drop 4. Then you now say it's another person's own. That it's so confusing. So me as the child, like imagine like in my own situation now, if you're this boy and want to explain what position are you in your father's house? I'm the 3rd son from my father, the 14th son if you're counting from my father's
My
3rd
mother.
wife. If you're now counting from this other part, I'm the last born. It's
Chai.
confusing. It's
Mhm.
confusing. Children don't talk about it, but it affects because nobody wants trust. Me, imagine me experiencing that. I used to tell people I've experienced my first divorce before even I got to the point of marriage. Your child is separating fights. Your child is telling you, you stay here. The
Yes.
emotion is too
Yes.
much. And then
Yes.
you have to show up and pass exam. The day I told my
They are
parents
really
to
praising
separate,
you here. Oh. They say
hey,
you are a
I'm
wedding
not saying
planner
it.
connoisseur. Wow. I see, Darlene. You're
People should
famous.
wait.
So
Oh,
I didn't know
Auntie
you
B.
before. Now I'm knowing you. The way people are
Auntie
praising
B.
you have a lot of fans on this platform. Oh.
People should thank you. No, this particular one, let me come here and cry for you because it's you that me I can cry for. I cannot do this video. This thing is
Yeah.
paining my soul. Davido's matter, we didn't sleep 3 days. We were shaking. This boy is 15. At this point, where his father will hold his head every night to kabash before he goes to bed.
Yeah.
What will you explain? Judy gave birth 2 weeks ago. I didn't post it because at this point I was exhausted with their whole story.
Yes.
I did not know it would take this
Another
long.
person that is so invested in this story is Uju.
Uju, yes,
Uju.
I know Uju.
Uju is our friend here. She's a sister, a
Oh
lovely
my God,
woman,
she's so
a Christian
amazing.
woman,
Oh,
godly, and she's a singer. She's amazing.
God,
I don't
so
know how Uju is
amazing.
gonna. I need to check up on Uju
I'm
because
telling you.
Uju loves Joe. She loves May so much.
I
need to check up on her to find out how she's doing.
Very much. I think I spoke to Maze. I think once I was in when I was in Nigeria, her elder sister had called me because I think they watched my channel there, and May's elder sister called me and told me the exact that this man that you're seeing here is not like any. I don't even feel his jazz. I feel he was trying his luck. Because he was on the phone with his wife when he was in front of the house where he went to pay that bride price. 45 minutes call. This man is not jazz. He wanted to, when you give people allowance, you want to stretch your luck. His bone that hook his teeth now, his throat now to this point. And he started saying things like, I love you. You hope nothing will happen to us.
That's what they call gas, yeah, lying.
Like you start making call as if they told you had cancer. Say, hope nothing will happen to us.
Yeah, because you'll be telling the person, I have bad behavior, but I know you will understand.
Hey.
This is how I am. I can do better. Yeah. If you didn't know the meaning of gaslight, that's what it means. Yeah.
Oh my God, this woman, she never troubled you. She did not insult you, and this your second wife. In fact, that day the girl gave birth, she just put thank you, Jesus. I said, this Yul will not bring my mouth outside. I'm exhausted. Thank you, Jesus, and be going. He came out and said, if you marry two wives, the one you love. I said, I will not answer you again, uncle. This fame you want.
No, it's not worth your time, because at a point, you know how bad it is. You know how bad it is, my darling. Your name is also Darlene.
Yeah.
It's so bad that he was using it to gather people that will come to his page. He was using it to market.
Exactly.
People were now, he was influencing with this matter that has to do with his life.
With his life.
That's how
he was charging 100K per post.
No, Yul,
100K per post for her pain.
Yes.
That's the cost. That's the worth of your wife's pain after 17 years. 100,000 per post. Are you kidding me? Mo will give you 1 million. May no post for 2 weeks. Like, are you even crazy? Can you enter we begged this man for over 8 months. Auntie B, is it not last December that he said sorry for the first time since April? December. That sorry that has K leg. December. That me, I'm not perfect, but you two, you're not perfect. What kind of apology is this one? That was the first time. How will he beg her? It's her first son. It's her first son. You have
Do you think that's coming back? Do you think there's any recovery from this one?
Never. Before self, there was no recovery. But there's no way. It's like in my culture, if somebody brings your bag inside, they have to carry the bag out. So the husband now have to carry the bag out. And plus that house, she built it. So there's no, right from time, if Judy is a plus, and Judy has gone to Judy was pregnant when he announced now. If we are
They
doing
said-
math,
They said that Favor said that they said Judy faked the pregnancy, the second one.
It's a
Because
lie.
the Judy that I know, if she had a baby, she will post the baby.
She will not post now where she born that pikin.
No, she go post because
if you see her face for all the last movies with heavy makeup, it shows that's not Judy's face. It's pregnancy face. Her face was swollen. People
so you that is a dedicated follower, you think she was actually pregnant?
She's pregnant. She was not acting pregnancy roles. You understand? Now putting those big calabash on her stomach. When you touch it, it's like, if you have big body, if you have big breasts, your stomach will not show. Me, I'm not even big, but my stomach didn't really show. That woman there, she had the baby. Because that's the only way to make this man never go back. If it's after one now, we know.
No,
okay,
she's not willing to. You know, personally, my darling, I don't think Judy will ever let him go. She's got him on a short leash. Hey. So this is the time for May to exit permanently.
Immediately.
Yeah, this is the time. Enough of all that nonsense of
no fence. This one not be standing on the fence.
No.
This is not standing on the fence. If I'm hard,
no. Let him go. Let the house go.
I will remove
just
everything
pick up yourself and get out.
Everything that has to. I was telling people, I say, as much as our blood they hot for our side, I would have removed his name since first announcement. But
she not removed him. She not come out. And I understand. I have
I understand. That's why I say
because for Nigeria, it's not easy like that. You understand? Obodooyinbo is a different ball game. Are you in Nigeria or you are abroad?
No, I just moved.
Where are you?
I'm in Canada now.
You're in Canada, no wonder. Some of your subscribers say they never hear from you for some time.
I'm sure it's
now the relocation don't let you see road.
School has been after my life, Auntie B. School, adult education. God,
adult education.
Never in my life.
All you people that are subscribers to us saying that this is adult education.
Adult education. This
Thank
thing
you
is
for
crazy.
bringing you more because you don't make me laugh with all these things where you did talk. Congratulations. You come out with your family. I mean, only you just walk out.
It be like I promised land and the first sent person go. Me go spy. I cannot afford my son here. Me is day father house. Somebody should hold
only you go spy. You be Joseph. You be Joshua. We go spy for promise.
Let me spy you if there's fruit here, so that if it's not, I carry my bag.
They make me like we say promised land. Then they go spy.
First, before you pack all your load, now you start begging a man that it's true. I heard that they used to make it here. How will you convince African man? Leave him first.
Some people they congratulate you for happy birthday. Now today be your birthday or yesterday.
Do you understand? It's today. Today that's what I've been crying since.
Some people they say happy birthday. I see.
It's my birthday.
Today is your birthday.
Yeah, my birthday should wait first. So that birthday day. This one is a more
because I you more than your birthday.
I'm telling you.
Okay, we'll see. Wish you happy birthday.
Happy birthday, my darling. My heart. Thank you so much. Broke my
You're
heart.
an empath. I don't know you before. This is the first time I'm interacting with you, but I love your spirit. You're an empath, and I can tell.
Oh my God!
But happy
I know
birthday.
for the name now, and I thought, thank you so much, man. I told people, I say even my mother has not changed her name. Where we should go and start changing documents? She has not changed name. It's not more than
easy for Nigeria. Where people they hug Mrs. now with
she's wearing ring.
Easy to be Mrs.
It's easier to just wear your ring and be going. Even if you have left your husband, better go and buy shiny ring.
No. Say wedding ring for Nigeria, It open doors.
It opens doors. Just wear the double band. As you quarrel with and finish, go back, wear your double band. You are married to Jesus. Wear it and be going everywhere. That you left your house doesn't mean is it not costume? Wear it. Police will respect you. Nobody will respect you. They want to shout the moment they see your hand. This one person don't marry her. Okay. Let's and even to the church, Auntie B. To the church, they are demoting leaders because they had issues with their marriage. Let's not lie.
Of course.
There are dicknesses that are on this thing. We are shouting for Judy now. Let's go back to our churches and talk to those people.
Some of your subscribers here, they want to befriend you. They are asking what province you are in Canada. So we get plenty Canadian. We have a Canadian group as a matter
I'm in Ontario. I'm in Toronto.
She said she's on the most expensive part of Canada. Now you come go.
School
day.
Everywhere we are reached is after my life. I need to sleep.
You funny. You too. I enjoy your PG. You're so funny.
It's after my life. But when we are learning after 10 years after going to school, it's painful.
Adult
brain, but
education
how
no
we
easy for you at all. So may YouTube just
I
give you
did
some time.
presentation today. This my
Mhm.
birthday. Teacher no fear saying na my birthday. I do presentation. No respect for such a godly hour. I do presentation. They do not even have empathy for such a
I say,
golden day.
why
I
you they
do
call me for the very first time today? Because you they crack me. He said, teacher, no fear. Say today na your birthday. They can't tell you on your birthday to come do
do
presentation. They
presentation.
no fear.
No fear, no respect. So I'm
I
like,
say,
when I
you need
finish,
to
I still
come
tell
back
the teacher, I say,
again.
today na my birthday. Oh, I say, so but you still told me to do
Wetin
presentation.
consign them? Teacher, no, the teacher in Nigeria. Wetin
She was
consign them? Who care about your birthday? The teacher no, they
but
come
she
see
had
on
to
their
she sing
birthday.
happy birthday for me. I for come out for that call. I for dead there. Me, I dey like on you go talk the happy birthday. If not, go nowhere. If not, I'll write mental health email for you and you go run.
I
That's what
say,
I'm
thank
using
you
to
so much,
survive
my
here. Thank you
darling.
so much for your call. At least you
Stay in
just made
touch.
me laugh.
We need to
You
talk
made me
again.
laugh.
I
For
love
sure.
you. You are
Thank you so
amazing.
much. Thank you to
Thank you.
everybody.
Contact me, make I add you. Some people say make I add you for the Canadian group. So since you are new
Oh
in
yeah,
Canada,
really? There's a
we
group.
get plenty people for. We have a group. We have a WhatsApp group that is a Canadian group. So
Oh, please,
contact me, man,
please.
I add you so
Yes.
that all your subscribers for there go
I
mesmerize you
did.
for there.
Thank you so much. I
That's
really
my
appreciate.
contact. That's my WhatsApp number.
Okay, I'll
Thank you,
save
my
it. The one
darling.
on the screen. Thank you so much. Thank
Yes.
you, everybody.
All right. Be good and all the best as a Joshua and Caleb that is entering Canada to go and experience what Canada is like. It will favor you in Jesus' name. The same way that, Caleb, found favor when they went to spy, the same way you find favor. Thank you. You made me laugh. I didn't know about her. I'm interacting with her for the first time. I didn't know about her channel, but she's hilarious. I love her spirit. I really love her spirit. She's hilarious. She's so funny. He said, not be too like they take the enter. You go spy first to come back to see whether not the promised land or not. Oh my God. Okay, Bio, we are coming to you in a minute. Let me take BB, MJ, and then we'll run the show up with you, my lovely brother. Now to my lovely sister, BBMJ. Hello, darling. How are you?
Auntie B. Oh, my starlight Auntie B. You're such a sweetheart. You're
Thank
such a
you.
sweetheart. Thank you. I'm giving
Thank
you
you.
all the flowers, and I'm glad you're laughing now because this is
I
such a heavy
am.
topic.
Darlene has made everybody laugh.
Yes, so she made me
She's
laugh as
the
well.
energy she came into the studio with.
Oh
Wow.
yes,
I
we
was
all
like,
needed it. We all needed it
wow.
because it's
She
it's a
has
heavy
this
topic.
hyper happy,
Hmm.
bubbly energy. Wow.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I pray all goes well for her and she achieves all that she came to achieve
Yes,
in
today is her
Canada.
birthday, guys. So, but fam, say a birthday prayer for her. Thank
Yes,
you.
so.
Mm-hmm.
But Auntie B, this is a very strong one. And I'm gonna come from the angle of the children because I'm a product of that.
Wow.
So I know how it is. And I keep saying I'll come and share my story, but I'm still in therapy.
Yeah.
To tell you how.
BB, you dropped off. Hello.
Can you hear me?
You're back. Okay, welcome
Okay.
back.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I was saying to tell you how strong my therapy is. I see my therapist 2 times a week, and I see my psychiatrist once a month.
That's all right. You need it. You are healing. You are on your
Yes, I'm
yeah.
healing, but
Yeah.
I want everybody to appreciate the strong impact this does on children,
Absolutely.
especially especially from the culture where the kids are not entirely encouraged to speak up. So first and foremost, at that those teenage years, it is difficult. And then you now come from a society where you do not necessarily talk about things. Your parents don't necessarily ask you things. And so you just take in and take in and take in. And like Dr. Chika said, you don't know what impact it does. And you grow up with life and you start experiencing things. And it wasn't until in this, my beautiful life of now, that I am now discovering that what happened when I was a child is what is affecting me now.
Hmm.
So, and in my situation, my mom was the fourth wife, but
Hey.
not fourth as in all of them together. The first
Hmm.
one will
Coming
not
and
work out.
going.
He will jump to the next one. The second one wouldn't jump out, and he had kids in all of this situation. And in the same situation, I am a product of molestation from my step siblings.
Hmm.
So you can imagine the amount of damage it has done. I'll give you just one little snippet. So for all my life, I would take my bath and I would scrub myself so strongly.
Yeah, I heard that that's one of the things that, victims unfortunately have to
Yes.
do.
And I
Yeah.
did it for so many years without realizing why I was doing it until when I started my therapy. And one day I was taking my bath and I broke down because I understood why I was doing that and why I had so much marks on my body. And my husband would look at me and say, "Where is this coming from? Where is this coming from?" And I'll tell him, "I don't know. I was taking my bath." Well, after how many years, that is what I discovered. So please, for those men that decide that they have wandering bola, please remember the future ahead. If you have kids, they may not speak to you, but they carry it along with them. And you do not know what life is tomorrow. You may not be there to help them nurse those pain. And the child may not be there to tell the story. Case in point, what we have right now. This beautiful boy, we do not know what he was dealing with. It hasn't been proven what he has. I hope they will have enough will to say they want to do an autopsy, because that would actually be good for the rest of the kids to know
I'm not
how
going to hold
bad
my
it
breath
is.
on it, knowing Nigeria.
And I hope that they look into the other kids and send them to therapy, because they need to express themselves.
Yeah.
And I hope this Yul guy appreciates the amount of stress and distrust he has put in those kids, because that first daughter will always hold him accountable. For any trauma that comes into that family, he will never be scot-free. So please, friends and family, Obodo fam, by the way, please, I beg you, we are over 1,500 listening to this thing.
1,600.
Please give it a like, because we are all learning.
They are not liking, no.
I beg
don't
you,
even have
you
the
people
energy
like.
today.
It doesn't
Honestly.
cost you anything. Just go out, smash the button, increase the numbers, because this is a learning point from everybody.
Oh, yes.
We heard what
Oh,
Dr.
yes.
Chika came to say,
Oh,
and
yes.
how far it goes. And some of us here are products of that. We may not be man enough or bold enough to express it. I tell my story so somebody else can be encouraged to know that, look, no matter how long it takes, there's a way out.
Yeah. So we don't even have up to 600 likes.
I beg, Obodo fam Biko, we are learning from this.
I don't know why we have to always beg people to like. I don't know why.
And at the end of the day, they all learn from it. They all share.
Yes. They'll come over the farm. We are learning. Auntie B, you are doing a good job. But to like, you know what? I'm tired of it.
Because at least we should get 1,000 likes to this, because a lot of people are listening. And we have people listening from all over the world. So somebody is definitely going to leave this place with something learned, with something to share. So people, whether you are part of it or you are not, this is a learning point. We should not encourage this in our society. If you have kids,
if you go to Obodo, not Obodo Yibo, if you go to Oyinbo platform, nobody begs anybody to like.
Oh, they all, yes, you give it,
but here,
generously.
You have to talk and talk and talk, like. Oyinbo platform, they will be giving super chat. They will like, because they know there is a value in there for
what
them.
they are getting. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a learning point.
I don't tire.
1,000 likes will not.
Now somebody is liking here in the comment section. Why are you liking in the comment section when the like should be on YouTube?
Yes, go and give it on YouTube. Just step out 1 second, press that like button, the thumbs up button, and everybody will learn. So, Auntie B, I look forward to the day you will do that show of people coming to share how traumatic it is. In fact, the polygamy doesn't have to be the 2 women in the house. The mere fact that the children know that their father has somebody else, it's enough trauma.
Yeah.
So we think of the fact that when our mothers are dealing with their own trauma and they still have to carry the house along, those individual kids are also dealing with this. But this time around, they have nobody to turn to. They carry it, they go to school. We wonder why they don't do well in school. We wonder why they don't talk to anybody. We wonder why they do not make friends. We wonder why they are so aloof and so quiet. This could be it. So it's a learning point. Whatever stage we have with our kids, I always admire you, Auntie B, when you say you talk to your children. It is fantastic. And even as you talk to them, there are some things they might not necessarily share with you, but
Of course.
at least you open up with them. They see that mommy is someone I can always go to at any time. Let's make that opening for the children. Because as I sit with you now, I'm almost 50. It is from October last year I started my healing, and I'm still on that journey. So it's a very heavy one.
Oh, you have people of your age who are going to go through life without brokenness, without trauma, and they will never, ever be able to assess what you are doing now, which is, going through your recovery, healing, therapy.
Yes.
A majority of the people from our community will not be able to assess that, sadly.
I wish they will, because I keep telling you, it was your platform. That's why I call you my starlight. It was your platform I listened to, and a light bulb, like Oprah would say, an aha moment. And I sat myself down and I looked into myself and I thought, okay, we have to start this journey. The last thing I want to say, for this man called Yul, I ask myself, when he goes to bed at night to pray, what is he going to tell God? How will he start his prayer to God?
He's a Catholic. Oh, have you not seen his rosary on his neck?
Is he going to beg for forgiveness, or
Catholic
is he going to
don't
shout
even marry.
hallelujah?
Catholic don't even. There's no room in Catholicism for Bio is here, so he can even confirm it if I'm wrong. Bio was almost a reverend father. Catholics don't marry second wife. You can't. And there is no divorce, as far as I know.
Well, he has set a new record. He has set a new record, because look at him, for heaven's sake. How is his father going to handle this news? Is he going to be celebrating for the new life that the other juju has brought? Abi, is he going to celebrate be mourning this one that has gone? I mean, where will he stand from? Which middle will he? What can he even call himself a man at this point? Because I really don't know what to ascribe to him. Is it to share joy with somebody else, or to grieve with this woman? How do you even explain it to the other kids? What do you tell them?
Yeah, I hope you have some self-reflection, because this is the thing I find that is very lacking since this whole thing happened. Baby, thank you so much, my darling. I feel your passion. I feel your pain, and I admire you for doing the hard work, because recovery is the hard work. And I give God the glory, because you said that it's from Obodooyinbo TV, when you were listening to other people's story, that, you got this, that you need to do your own. You need to go for your healing journey as well. But one thing I've noticed since this whole thing started about you, thank you, Ola, man of prestige, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Ola said, as nobody begs for super chat on Oyibo platform, can I get at least 5 people to match me? $9.99. Thank you. I appreciate that. Somebody is matching you, Ola. Uni $9.99 has matched you. Say challenge
Yes,
accepted.
guys, keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming.
Thank you. The funny thing, one thing I've not seen since this whole thing started was a moment of self-reflection from you. He's never reflected to say, what damage have I done to my children? What have I done to my wife?
That's why I'm going to start from him, from you.
Thank you, Gigi. Gigi decided to opt it to $19.99. Oh,
thank you, Gigi.
Give it up for Gigi. Chidima. Oh, Chidima went to £50. Thank you so much. Man of prestige, you challenge people, and Obodo Farm, they don't joke. You challenge them, so they are matching it. Anne Marie, thank you so much. You accepted the challenge. I appreciate that. God bless
you. I'm impressed. Thank you, guys.
Now Obodo Farm now. No, somebody has come to spoil my mood now.
No, Auntie B. That is
man. You've come with
one man. That's one man from
£2 again. What is your problem?
One man. I saw you be.
One man. What is your problem with £2 and $2?
One man. May you do well.
1 man, I saw two pounds you dey give me. You this
One
man, you
man,
go stingy well, though. Or
one
last
man.
say we should do 10,
Before one man
9.99.
give you two pounds, you know say, you know say person wey hard good now 200K go give you. one man, I can go.
One man. If I see you here again with this your two pounds, my.
Now mistake, now 200
No, not be
won't put.
mistake. No. No, not be mistake. You don't do this two pounds for some time now. I know say not be
No.
mistake.
Actually, Auntie B, I've been hitting hard on that comment because there is no doubt that you are doing a great job. You know, everybody come here to say it, but it's always good to express. If you go back an hour ago or two, you see I was even careful so that I don't even get attacked, because I was even comparing something that people go to churches, pay tithe and all that, and they don't learn anything that much, and you come here to get more sense, and you be quiet there. You don't want to you don't want to support. That is not a good way to go. But now they've proven to me that yes, they are doing. So keep it coming. We don't do commercials here. It's a selfless service that she's doing,
Yes.
So we need to encourage her.
Thank you.
So, are you ready for me now to contribute?
Yes, go ahead. One man,
Yeah.
na joke I do.
Na joke there, yeah.
Na joke I do. Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for your 2 pounds. Thank you for your 2 pounds. I accept it with grace.
Greatness, yes.
Bio, go ahead. Thank you, everybody that is contributing. Cherish
yeah. So, Auntie B, much have been said. Everybody has spoken well, and I want to start from you first by answering your question. I know you just mentioned it because you already answered it. Number one, polygamy is not a Catholic way, so that is not a Catholic practice. In fact, a polygamy self cannot take communion. So that is one thing you should know. So you cannot even participate in communion. So just to mention that, just to show you how serious it is. So the church is against polygamy. The church is against polygamy. So, but with that being said, because this is not a church issue, I'm starting from you, and I'm using you as a point of contact to talk to my fellow men. You see, sometimes we do things out of selfishness, and we don't take into consideration the effects of our decisions on other people. Some men like you, when they went into this polygamy, they are looking at it today. They're trying to pepper woman and all that. That doesn't work, because polygamy have continually shown that you are establishing a ground for lifetime enmity, lifetime competitors, lifetime envious people. Because here is the thing. When two women or more are married to one man, the children, they will be competitive.
Of course.
Because there will be competition. And why I'm saying this is I'm taking this route so that people can understand that why, yes, we understand that, yes, they can even be spiritual thing, but what about the mind? Even though the other lady does not even have any spiritual attachment, what about the mind? The mind has so much power to control things.
Yes.
You know the way they used to say that those of us who have left Nigeria for over 18 years now, left Nigeria, those of us, we went out of the shore of the eyes of the evil ones. Sometimes you will progress because people are not your body. This family thing, there is a way that you will not believe that we have friends. We've seen. I lost someone that I know recently, that I told you about already offline, right?
Yes.
Do you believe that I really did not know his family background, but while I was trying to reach out to his so-called sister, even in the US, to find out some information, the word that came out from the sister's mouth was, "It's even good he left." And guess what? When I found out from the person I knew this guy through, he told me that is his half sister. And this house sister is about 60 years. 60. No, she told me she's 61. The person that was 59. What am I trying to tell you?
Left. Why would she say that?
Auntie B, I'm on air telling you this today. I'm not saying no, she had a justification for mentioning whatever she was saying. But what I'm saying is that I'm telling you now that if they were of the same father, the same mother,
yes,
it will be more than difficult. So what am I trying to tell you? That is one instance. So we don't want to even go there. Two, I have people that came out from polygamy, they can even leave their drink in a public place, but if their half brother is even sitting on that table, even though they have no justification why that person want to delete them, they will rather cover that drink. What do I mean? They don't even trust their own brother. Do you understand what I'm saying? I have a friend, I don't want to go there, today is have brothers due to sharing of assets. The issue that happened, he believed they gave him stroke, different kind of stuff and all that kind of stuff. In fact, they don't see. A known enemy is even better than the half brother. Why am I giving all these instances? Because you made a comment. You said you are going to do a show for people to come and give the story of their experiences in polygamy. Auntie B, that day, you will buy a kerchief and share for everybody before you do that show. I'm not joking, no. You will buy a kerchief. You will buy a kerchief because when people tell you, in fact, polygamy self, you fight some battles you don't even see. You won't even know your enemies. This thing is like a game of tic-tac, because sometimes it's not even that the step are even really fighting you in real sense, but you have already carried, So what am I trying to say? These are the difficulties, the stages that we men, because of what we want to enjoy now, we are putting our offsprings, we are exposing them to these challenges. So my fellow men, you are the people who I'm talking to. Me, I'm not better either, but we are all learning. I'm trying to say, for whatever reason, let us watch closely. Let us be very careful. We don't want to set a stage for how will you feel if after you delete in this life, even if it's 80 years, you are watching your own blood children fighting against each other. Will your soul ever rest in peace? He said, just ask yourself that question now. How will you feel as a man that your own offsprings that came out from you, they are fighting each other? It's worse than cancer. I'm telling you. It is not a prayer of anybody, any genuine human being should ever think of. So, with that being said, all these immediate, this thing should not work. That is that for that. So, for you, I don't know. I wish I have a better way that you can come out of this. I don't know. But you need to seek serious counsel. I'm not joking. I know they call you celebrities. All these celebrity people are watching us. You are listening to me like this. Sometimes people will even play to you. You will be saying, "Will be that way they talk there." But listen to me. If you are hearing me, take your quiet moments. Go and meet your priest for confession. And when you reach there, seek for divine counsel. Because the battle have just begun. When I say the battle has just begun, it's not about what have just happened now. Because whether this your son had gone today or not, there would have also be a bigger battle in the future. You also took somebody's ex, I am not judging you, somebody's ex wife. And I heard that man, without judging who is right, who is not wrong, I heard him express so much pain. So much pain. And what are you gaining from all this? Some of my fellow men think that when there is competition, that will make a woman do it. No, you are making a mistake. Remember, jealousy is not a sin. Jealousy is, in a good way, it's not a sin. I will tell you why. The Lord your God said, I am a jealous God. You cannot serve to another God with me. So jealousy is sometimes it's natural. Do you understand me? So, which woman want to share her husband? It doesn't work because you cannot please them equally. Then, when you come home smiling, and the other wife notice that you are smiling because the other one's child just got admission to study medicine, while our own son just failed JAMB, do you think naturally, let us be reasonable, Auntie B, that other woman don't even need to be a voodoo woman to be angry? It's the truth. Because you are not coming home in the presence of the other wife, you are saying, hey, mama was like, man, this is my son.
My pikin, no, you do
My
this.
pikin, oh. The other woman is looking at you and say, okay, because my own pay JAMB. So, before you know anything, somebody else, the evil prophets that we talked about earlier on, who are always using, when they want to prophesy, just like as our great prophet today, Auntie B, have indicated, she didn't know that I also have the spirit of prophecy. So it shocked you,
when
Abby.
You suss me out, I shock. You are deep, oh. I shock when you say you already know. I was like, Bio, how do you know this? You are a Catholic. How you take suss me out?
I can tell you, Auntie B. See, you see, the gift is there. The gift is there. We'll talk about it another time. The gift is there. So what I'm trying to say here in essence is that at the end of the day, when those people want to prophesy for those people, they will come up with what is believable. Like, for instance, if a woman goes to see a pastor or prophet to pray for her, and the prophet already know that this woman is married, the husband have 2 wives, she's from a polygamous home, 99.999% of the time, the so-called prophet will first indicate that the other woman is the one challenging her. I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you. And now, that will now make that other one to defend herself. What am I trying to say here?
There's no positive. How many times we don't challenge people to come and give us the positive about polygamy that will pay them money?
You set money now. Nobody could even take a dollar from that money. So in rounding it up, Auntie B, because you have done long today, please, my fellow men, because that is just my key point here. I am not judging them, but my fellow men, let us try. There are some things we should not do at all, even though we know there's no even right to do it, but when we know the damages that we are trying to set, please don't do it. And my people abroad, please, nobody is saying prophecy is a bad thing. No, the Bible talk about it, but trust me, I have seen it here. I don't know why somebody will be in the United States.
Even the same Bible said that in the last day that there will be fake prophets everywhere.
I don't know why somebody will be in the United States, somebody will be in the UK. You will have one Mogu in Africa that is playing for you.
Oh, the Mogu plenty. And our women that they mostly catch.
He will play. Auntie B, I say the one where shock me, be say, I don't know why people cannot get sense. Just stop. Okay, listen to this as you are listening to me now. You that is doing that thing, listen to me. That man that you are financing every month, you see, if somebody is getting something from you, they can work out on your behalf. That's what people don't know. So you don't know that person you are paying that money to, that you think you are asking for spiritual guidance, based on what he's getting from you, he can take from your money and work out for you in the evil way and send you what you want to send you, and you think that is holy oil. That is not holy oil. That is from the pit of hell. So please, do not rely on any man. Pray and ask God for guidance. Keep your name away from the coven of darkness. Thank you, Auntie B.
Thank you. Thank you so much, B. I appreciate you. God bless you. We appreciate all the Nigerian men and indeed African black men who always come here to spill the truth. You are one of them, Bio. You are top on the list. We know you. We appreciate you. We love you. God bless you. Thank you. Amaye has taken a break from Peter Obi to come and be with us today. Hello.
Oh my God. Now for make it good now so that we go feel avoid all this nonsense.
I know.
And for the greater good.
When you they put in. And when I wake up, Daddy one was asking of you today, just today. Like, how is Omoye? I say Omoye is well. Say, how is Omoye taking all this? I say, Omoye has not given up. Oh. If you have given up, Omoye has not. Omoye, your sound is bouncing back.
Oh, really? Can you hear me?
Two
Is it
devices
better?
are open.
Oh, okay. Let me shut one down. I'm sorry. Okay.
And I was telling that I said, no, you think Omoye has given up on Peter Obi? She's still believing and trusting and fighting. Omoye is a soldier, so forget about that. Anyways, lovely to see you. How are
How
you?
is Daddy Wa? Please, special greetings to him for
Daddy
me. I
is
beg
okay.
you.
It's fine.
Thank you. And your handsome boys.
Boys are doing well. They are okay.
That's
We give glory
good.
to God.
Thank
Welcome.
God. Thank you, Sister B. So good to be on the show again, man. You know, this matter, I weak. I didn't believe it. I was one of those people that said these people are just looking for news. It's not possible. It's a lie. And then I kept seeing people posting. I was like, is this for real? I had to go to her page. I checked. I was like, she didn't say anything. You know, I went to I was like, oh my God. I literally cried when I saw it. I just put myself in her shoes. I'm like, oh my goodness. This woman has been through so much in 1 year. What is this? So when I saw you were live, because I was on another platform, I was like, I have to come and join. I don't even know what to say. I can't imagine what she's going through. I really cannot. I can't even think about it.
No one can, except you've been there.
Exactly. I'm like, oh my goodness. I wonder how I'm just praying that she has all the right people around her right now, and people are able to hold her from, reacting, or because there'll be so many questions in her head right now. How that man that calls himself her husband, how is he now going to see this? When you allow the door for a stranger to walk in, how is it now for people who would start pointing fingers to the other woman, even if she may not be, as much as I don't like the way she came in and what she's doing, but a lot of fingers are going to point at her first and foremost, even if she may not be. And then the man himself, how is he feeling about all of this? You see how people go and use their hand to go and bring problem to themselves?
Not so.
You go outside, instead of you to be elevating your family and making it better, you make it worse. And then you now be the one that brings about the destruction of your own family with your own hands. What manner of man is this? This woman sit down, na marry, she marry, see what it can happen. After how many years, you first slap her for face publicly. She had to mourn through that process. First of all, this woman it was a mourning process she went through for the time, effort, tears, everything she put into a marriage. And then now, we never even go far for the year. She's having to deal with this. What manner of man is this? Men really need to be some men need to be asking themselves questions, because I see sometimes on social media, people are perpetuating this whole polygamy narrative. In my head, I'm laughing. I'm like, these people don't even know where they're inviting.
I just blocked somebody now because the person was yarning up at her. You know, I don't have any grace. I don't have any patience for anybody who is a polygamy apologist. And he was like, but what do you want? You don't want him to marry a second wife. Is it better for him to be cheating? So because he has a second wife, does it mean that he doesn't cheat?
Do you understand?
I just blocked him because I don't have the
energy. There's no need. Because let me tell you, people that have lived through polygamy, my mom grew up in a polygamous home. If my mama they share her story today, you go they fear. They fear human. If you see human being, you go run. I'm telling you how difficult it was for them as children, because my grandfather had 4 wives. My grandmother was the first wife, but the other wives came and made life miserable for all of them. These people don't understand when they do these things. They think that it's easy for you to just live your life disregarding the consequences. Look at what this man has caused to his own family. I'm not blaming Judy in this at all. The man is who I'm blaming. A lot of people are going to point hands to Judy as well. Whether she like him or not, she go chop from this woto that's going on right now.
They point hand already now. Go see her page if you see as they troll am.
Do you understand who caused it? Is it not this single man with his wandering bola up and down, feeling like a fine boy? Look at what he has brought to this woman when they mind her business, want to live her life in peace. You drag her, she did not respond. They did all manner of things. This woman never insulted. She told the path, she walked the high. She walked high. She never brought herself low to anybody's level. Now you look at what you have. Now he bring them on this woman. There's no other way you can explain this. How does he feel right now? I so empathize with May. I don't even know. I don't know who knows her. If anybody knows her, please, people should be around her right now and just support her with prayers. And please do not leave her. I can only imagine what this woman is going through. It's so devastating.
Yeah, Amoye, I feel your pain. I mean, this is not an easy thing for anybody. And you know the thing that is more painful in all of this is the fact that since all this madness happened, she's been surviving and trying to build her own thing. And how she does it is by being an influencer. When the Bible says that the devil comes not only just to steal, but to buy and to destroy, this is it. Tell me how she's going to be influencing now, after losing her first son. Because this influencing thing is something that you need to be all right mentally, physically, and you need to be in a good place for you to even create content. So now the enemy has already shut that part out again. This is how she's been surviving, trying to cope, trying to help her children, herself. And now, with this thing that happened to her now, yeah, I believe what Eunice is saying, it doesn't have any good record of being accountable for anything. He doesn't have any self-reflection. He's not somebody that thinks he can do any wrong. He thinks he's above any kind of mistakes, that he's a superhuman. So Amoye, do you know what? I'm not going to hold my breath thinking that Yul is going to be beating himself up or holding himself accountable or responsible in any way. He's just going to see it as, it's one of those things. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. I just, just thinking about the whole thing. Anyway, I just want us to, lift her up. If anybody knows her, reach out to her, give her she needs all the support right now. I can't hold myself, sister. I have to go. This is too painful. I don't know how right now. It's too painful. So I would leave now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my darling Amoye. Take it easy. You know, when you see Amoye talking sometimes, when it comes to politics, Peter Obi, and she comes across very strong, but she also has a very, very soft heart, a very feeling heart. She's an empath. With politics, you see her coming on strong and fighting, for Nigeria, fighting for Labour Party and all that. But see how, yeah, a lot of people who don't even know these people physically, they are broken. Yeah, it's hard. But everybody should look after themselves and just be consoled by knowing that, you know, I always believe that anything that happens to us, whether good or bad, whether evil or good, whatever it is because God allows it. So no matter how you want to play this, as sad as it is, as devastating, heartbreaking as it is, I don't know why, but God allowed it. But the lessons we are going to take from this is going forward, please think about the impact, whatever you are doing. Think about your children. How does this impact on their well-being? You heard what Dr. Chika said about the broken hand syndrome. I believe it 100%. Okay? And again, sometimes women, maybe, I don't think we're ready for that conversation, but some people had felt all along the way that May should have just left. But I know that Nigeria is not a place where it's so easy for women to leave because your husband is marrying a second wife. So maybe some people will be feeling that she had taken her children and left and gone abroad. But then again, is it easy? Is it easy? No, it's not. But you know what? In all this, I just want us to hold May up in our prayers. Pray for her. If you don't, most of us don't know her. We've never had any interaction with her. I'm going to reach out to Uju because Uju is somebody that really, really loves May. She talks about her all the time. Our sister here, Uju, no, she has a YouTube channel here. And I know that people are deeply affected by this. But you know what? May God uphold her. May God uphold even Yul himself and the rest of the kids and comfort them and give them joy and peace and comfort because that's what they need now. Desperately, they need comfort. They need peace. This is not an easy thing. It's really, really hard. It's really, really difficult. But let's just pray for them and wish them well. Please, if you're one of those people that go on social media to go and be trolling people, going to Judy, as much as I don't like her, I don't think we should be doing that. It's not right. Yoruba ni ohun tí ò dá ò dá. Let's not do it, please. Don't go there to go and troll her and hold her responsible. Whether she's responsible or not, whether you believe it's spiritual, it's medical, whatever. Jẹ́ ká gbà f'Ọlọ́run. Let's just leave it to God. He is the greatest judge. I'm going to leave you here tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for calling. Omoye, please take care of yourself. I'll talk to you after the show. May God uphold the family, especially Judy and the children, and even Yul himself. May God uphold them. May God keep them. The same God that kept Davido when he lost Ifeanyi and has given him joy today. I pray he's a loving God, he's a faithful God, he's a kind God. He's not a wicked God. I pray that he will visit them and he will help them through this really, really difficult period. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Incidentally, I had a show that I planned today earlier on that we're going to talk about, and I was going to talk about polyandry. I'm still going to do that show tomorrow because it's the other side of polygamy, where women are now marrying multiple husbands. So we have two stories about that, two women from two different parts of the world that have multiple husbands. This one has two husbands, and this one has three husbands. So we'll still talk about it tomorrow. So make it a date with me. I mean, there's no way we are going to be condemning polygamy and we think polyandry is acceptable. But the question I was, basically raising when I was setting this show up is to question if this is the new normal. Is this what we are going to do now as a society, as humanity? Is this what we are going into now? Is this the next step? So this woman in Africa has three husbands and everybody is just thinking it's normal. Nobody's even blinking anymore. Are women trying to catch up? And I'm quick to say to everybody that is thinking, God forbid, it will never happen. Let me tell you categorically, 30 years ago, even 20 years ago, the alphabet community were not so acceptable. So if you think polyandry is something that, no, it's never going to happen, you never know. We don't know where the world is going to. Lisa, So tomorrow we are going to be looking at these two stories about these two women who felt that, okay, I'm too good for one partner or one man. Let me try multiple ones. Okay? All right, we'll look at it tomorrow. Join me tomorrow. Please give us a thumbs up. And I'm sending my love to the family of Edochie generally and everybody that is hurting. I pray that the Lord will console all of us and He will keep us. May God teach us and give us wisdom to do the right thing. Not only for ourselves, because as humans, we are generally very selfish, but for our partners and our children, especially, because they didn't ask to be born, they didn't ask to be brought into all the madness and shenanigans that happens in families. Thank you, guys. Give us a thumbs up. I love you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And I'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. UK time. Thank you. God bless you.